what you can do. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and cracker jack. I don't care if I never get back. Let me root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Casey saw all the games, knew the players by their first names, told the umpire he was wrong all along, good and strong. When the score was just 2-2, Casey knew what to do, just to cheer up the boys she knew. She made the gang sing this song. Take me out to the ball game, take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and cracker jack. I don't care if I never get back. Let me root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
Baltimore, you are seeing history being made today. Baltimore, you are seeing history being made today.
Magic, 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 magic. Orioles magic, Phillies magic.
Greetings, folks, and welcome to this. Wow. Let's start that again. Really? Greetings, folks, and welcome to this live Oriole Birdwatcher special event, folks. It is the 2026 All-Star Game at Citizens Bank Park in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And, yeah, American League, National League, going at it tonight in Philly. How you doing, everybody? It's your old pal, the Birdwatcher here. People call me BW for short, and that works for me, folks. This channel normally covering only Orioles baseball, but we do some other events here and there. In fact, depending on how our season goes, there'll probably be some postseason coverage. We had World Baseball Classic in the spring. So yeah, there's stuff going on here besides Oriole games. If the Orioles are on, that is priority number 1. No other event is going to bump off the Orioles. But tonight, this is the only game in town. The American League and the National League. And I'm on 25 minutes before the top of the hour, and I don't think we're going to see first pitch at the top of the hour. There's probably going to be some pregame stuff going on. And I have no idea how much air I'm going to be filling here before we actually get to this ball game. But I wanted to get on early, try to get the jump on the several streamers out there that I'm sure are also covering this game. No offense to them, but I'd like to get a decent turnout. Figure I should go on as early as I could. That made sense. We had a home run derby last night. Jordan Walker of the Cardinals won in very dramatic fashion. I didn't watch it, but I did see the highlights. The guy hit like 6 straight home runs in a row, like 4 of them with no outs left, no swings left. New rule now, they keep fiddling, but basically they got rid of the clock. You're not sitting there watching guys just hit homer after homer where they're swinging at the next one before the previous ball lands. I really didn't like that format, and that's probably why I haven't been all that interested in watching the Derby. recently, including last night. But I did see the conclusion, and I did see how they got rid of that clock. And you can really enjoy watching those balls fly out of the yard a lot more. But the one little stipulation, you get 20 swings, regardless whether you hit them out or not, I believe. But on your final swing, if you hit a home run, you're given another swing until you don't hit a home run. And that came into play last night. Walker of the Cardinals was down to one swing and like 3 or 4 home runs back and just hit a bunch of home runs in a row. Walked it off, so to speak. So that was last night. Now we got the All-Star game tomorrow night. And then once I call this, I don't know what to do. Because there's no baseball for us Oriole fans until Friday night. And it's only Tuesday night. So it's pretty much 3 days off coming up here. Whatever will I do at the time? Oh, there's a Cal Ripken highlight. Folks, when it's All-Star night and there's a Cal Ripken highlight, you stop talking. There he is, the man, the myth, the legend. All right, now they're showing Jeter's catch where he goes into the stands. All right. How you going to cut from Cal to Jeter? You just ruined everything. I was enjoying that. All right, well, Cal got first dibs on that montage. That's all I know. Cal got first dibs. Folks, this event, of course, every event here on the channel is open to everybody, whether an Orioles fan or not. But obviously, tonight would be a great night to get some new viewers in, some new eyeballs, people that might be looking for coverage of the All-Star game. I'm not sure how well it'll do because my channel is branded very much for the Orioles. I mean, it's in the name of the channel, for crying out loud. I do that because, I don't know, I could probably grow a channel larger and quicker if I had a more generic, non-specific name. But I just want Oriole fans here I want everybody here, baseball fans. But particularly Oriole fanatics, which, you got to be one. You're either in it or you're not. Folks, all right, so let's take a look at these lineups and where can I find this actual box score? Hold on a sec. I didn't even think about this. Surely this is on the home page somewhere. There it is. Let's open up the box. All right, starting pitching matchup for this 2026 All-Star game. Dylan Cease. Wasn't he one of those top-end free agent arms available? Toronto went out and signed him very early on in the winter this past off season. And the Blue Jays are coming off winning a pennant. They added Cease. They felt like, well, this should put us right back there. Well, Cease has not only made the All-Star team, he's worthy of making the start of this All-Star game, and yet the Blue Jays currently in last place. Last place in the American League East. Yes, even us Orioles are currently, if only slightly, if only because we've played one extra game and won it, we are ahead of the Blue Jays. Cease comes in with a record of 6-4, a 2.56 ERA. He has struck out 148 batters in just 98 in the third innings. That's what makes him special. The strikeout numbers are absolutely ridiculous. Pretty much half of his strikeout or half of his outs have been by the strikeout, averaging about 13 per 9 there. pretty sick. Cease with a 2.56 ERA, a 1.13 whip. He'll be going up against Christopher Sanchez, lefty for the Phillies. He'll be able to start this game in front of the home crowd. Sanchez having another fantastic season, although admittedly the last I saw of him on the mound, I was over on JJ's channel, who covers the Phillies, and Sanchez was getting blown out. But despite a blowout in a start not too long ago, in fact, let me find the numbers on that, just so I'm not so vague sounding. It was, yes, the Royals of all teams, the last place, tied for the worst record in the American League, tied for the worst record in baseball, if I'm not mistaken. We just swept them ourselves. But Kansas City, only about a week ago, they beat the Phillies 15-1. Sanchez started that game, went 3 1/3 innings, giving up 9 earned runs on 12 hits and a walk, 3 home run balls. And yet, despite that terrible, terrible outing on the season, Sanchez's numbers are still outstanding. 11-4 record, a 2.62 ERA, and a whip of just 1.19. He struck out 144 batters in just 127 innings. Fantastic numbers, despite that. I mean, you take that Kansas City start out of the equation, these numbers are even better. Sorry, I think that's pretty self-explanatory. But yeah, Sanchez, a solid lefty. Cease, the righty. Toronto and Philly. These two teams played each other in one of the more dramatic World Series ever. What was that, 92? That 90... What was the Blue Jay Philly World Series? Carter walking it off. The only walk-off to win a World Series home run ever. Anyway, we've got the Phillies and the Blue Jays on the mound representing the All-Star team to start the game. Of course, we know how this All-Star game thing works. The starters can sometimes go a second inning, although I feel like that's more in the past and more in modern times. I feel like they're just going 1 inning. I could be wrong about that. But if any pitcher goes more than 1 inning, it's the starters. Everybody else just goes an inning, possibly less once you get into the bullpen. But here's the starting lineups, okay, for the visiting American League. Leading off and playing center field, it's nice to see him back in the All-Star game. It's Mike Trout of the Angels. Yordan Alvarez is going to DH and bat second from the Houston Astros. Yordan has 31 homers and 70 RBI and hitting .318. Fantastic numbers. 70 RBI, the most probably in baseball, because he has the most of any of the players in either lineup, and 31 homers as well. Schwarber has 32, but Schwarber's hitting 50-something points below, 60-something points below Yordan Alvarez's batting average. I mean, he's got the power and the average. Fantastic. Shea Langoliers, folks, the Athletics catcher, batting third in an all-star lineup. He's got 21 homers, 46 runs batted in, batting .257. Of course, a backup for Langoliers. Us Oriole fans are going to be waiting. No offense to Mr. Langoliers, but we're kind of hoping after a couple at-bats, he makes way for our only representative, Adley Rutschman. Langoliers hitting third. Junior Caminero will bat cleanup at third base. Caminero, still very young and still very good. 28 homers, 59 RBI, hitting .279. Bobby Witt Jr., who we just saw in Baltimore over the weekend, He'll bat fifth and play shortstop. Witt Jr. with 13 homers. He's stolen 30 bases. He's hitting .286 from the Kansas City Royals, of course. Cody Bellinger of the Yankees will start in right field. He is batting .254 with 11 homers, 51 RBI. He's stolen 10 bases. And teammate Ben Rice will be at first base. What a season for Rice. 29 home runs at the break. Batting .279 with 68 RBI. Riley Green of the Tigers, who I remember last year, somebody trying to argue with me that he was a mid player. He was mid. I think it was, might have been an all-star game, might have been playing the Tigers. I don't know. I was just talking about Riley Green. I said, this is one of the better young hitters in the American League. Guy's got a lot of talent. This guy wanted to argue with me. Well, here he is in the starting lineup of the All-Star game. So what do I know? But he's batting eighth, so I guess that's why he's mid. Riley Green hitting .288, 13 homers, 45 driven in. And then Ernie Clement, this guy, Ernie Clement. How has he become a star? I don't know. This guy was a starter in the World Baseball Classic. At least he started a couple of games, I believe. And then look at him here, starting in the All-Star game as well. Ernie Clement comes in hitting .296, 8 homers, 32 driven in, the starting second baseman for the American League. Meanwhile, for the National League, the home team in this exhibition game. By the way, Charm City chat, do they still have this stipulation or whatever that the winner of the game, that league hosts the or has home field advantage for the World Series? I think they did away with that, but I'm not 100% sure. Somebody let me know, please. So for the National League, leading off, hometown hero Kyle Schwarber, DHing. Schwarber with 32 home runs. They got rid of it. Okay. Thank you, Phantom. 59 RBI. Batting .254. Juan Soto. Ugh. He's in left field, batting second. 21 homers, 51 RBI, and a .290 average for the last place Mets. Freddie Freeman will hit third and play first base. Freeman, a perennial all-star, hitting .290 this season. 15 homers, 49 driven in for Freeman. He's going to the Hall of Fame. C.J. Abrams from the Nationals is the starting shortstop and cleanup hitter for one of the better offenses in the league. Big surprise, the Nationals. Abrams hitting .275, 20 homers, 15 steals, driven in 67 runs. Great numbers across the board for Abrams. Max Muncy, veteran third baseman of the Dodgers, makes another all-star game, hitting .259 with 17 homers, 40 driven in. Ozzie Albies, switch hitting second baseman from Atlanta. Braves have had a good season. They definitely deserve some representation here. Albies hitting .267 with 14 homers, 51 RBI. Boy, this lady is really going off. All right, you're hitting all the notes. We get it. I can't tell if you're singing or having some kind of conniption fit. Folks, Brandon Marsh, another Philly. He's batting seventh, playing right field, hitting .301 on the season, 15 homers, 46 RBI. Miles Teller. Bro, go get behind a drum set because this is not my tempo. What are we doing? Are you rushing or are you dragging, Miles? Sorry, I'm watching coverage of the event. That's sort of what I'm supposed to do. Are you rushing or are you dragging? Folks, so Marsh batting seventh for the National League. and playing right field, hitting .301 with 15 homers, 46 driven in. Andy Pajes, another Dodger, center fielder, batting 8th, hitting .270 with 17 homers, 66 driven in. And finally, another Brave in the lineup. It's the catcher batting 9th, Drake Baldwin. He comes in with a .254 average, 15 homers, 46 RBI. Whoa. Slightly embarrassing. Folks, there is kind of a haze in the sky. It's not really blue skies. Of course, the sun's starting to set. It is a evening time here in Philadelphia, but no threatening weather. Looks like we're going to have nice weather for baseball, but it's pretty hot at the moment, 89 degrees. That doesn't include the humidity or heat index. To let you know, the home plate umpire for this doesn't really matter so much, exhibition game, but Alan Porter is the home plate ump for this. I'm not going to go over all the other umps. They got 2 additional umpires down the foul lines there, left and right field. So a six-man umpire crew for this all-star game, as per usual. Let me tell you about the rest of the reserves here. See if I can pull that up. Oh, they just named Adley Rutschman just now. There he is, folks. Blink and you missed it. Our one Oriole representative, Adley Rutschman, standing next to Boston's Cedar Rafaela as the American League reserves get their introductions. I suppose I could time this well if I could find those reserves on a list somewhere. I had it up earlier. Now I am scurrying. Hold on. I don't want the starters. I want the reserves. Okay, here we go. Here we go. By the way, Ben Rice is replacing Vladimir Guerrero Jr. at first base. Vlad won the vote, and both Cody Bellinger and Riley Green are also replacements. I don't know off the top of my head for who. It'll make 100% sense once somebody tells me. 2 of the best outfield. Aaron Judge, I'm guessing, was probably voted in, so he's out. And somebody else. Kyle Schwarber also, somehow, despite being the hometown hero, is an injury replacement. That would make sense because it's hard to not vote in DH when you have Shohei Ohtani on your ballot card. So Shohei not a part of the festivities. Okay, here are the backups. At catcher for either team, Dylan... Oh, this is just the American League? Okay, here are your American League reserves. Dylan Dingler and Adley Rutschman, backup catchers for the Tigers and Orioles, respectively. Nick Kurtz had to drop out, so he's not here. Munetaka Murakami is a replacement at first base for the White Sox, as well as Wilson Contreras for the Red Sox, with Kurtz and Guerrero Jr. out with injuries. Travis Bazzana, second baseman, backing up with Cleveland. Miguel Vargas from the White Sox from third base. Kevin McGonigal, rookie from Detroit, backup shortstop. Your backup outfielders are Randy Arozarena, Cedar Rafaela, and Tristan Peters. Byron Buxton, that's the other starter outfielder that has not made the lineup, I guess, with an injury issue. So Judge and Buxton not on the roster. They did get voted in. Rafaela and Peters from the Red and White Sox, respectively. The reserves in the outfield. Reserve DH, Yandy Diaz from Tampa. And here are the starting pitchers. Cam Schlittler was chosen but will not participate. Nick Martinez takes his spot. And along with the starter, Dylan Cease, you have Drew Rasmussen of the Rays, Parker Messick of the Guardians, Joe Ryan of the Twins, Michael Wacha of the Royals, and Ranger Suarez. Oh, Ranger is also not here. Justin Verlander is. Justin Verlander? This has to be some kind of... Oh, don't they have like a special... I want to say each team can pick one player for the roster as sort of a... what do you call it? Like a sentimental pick or whatever. Verlander is on this American League roster. Folks, former Oriole. We're now looking at the relievers. Former Oriole Brian Baker representing the Rays as a reliever. Louis Varland, who's been outstanding. Probably the best reliever in the American League this year. From the Blue Jays, he's here. Aroldis Chapman from Boston. Cade Smith from the Guardians. And Jacob Latz from the Rangers. Verlander is on the 60-day IL still? Okay. Maybe he's just around as some kind of a honorary representative. Here are your National League reserves. Backing up at catcher, you've got Hunter Goodman from the Rockies and William Contreras from the Brewers. So the Contreras brothers are both here. At first base, you got Bryce Harper, who was in the Home Run Derby last night, as well as Matt Olson from the Braves. Luis Arraez, representing the Giants at second base. Sal Stewart, who we saw not too long ago in that last weekend 4th of July series in Cincinnati. Stewart backing up at third base. Otto Lopez, a Marlin, is the backup shortstop. James Wood. Folks, these backup outfielders in the National League, this is why the National League is better. Listen to these backup outfielders. You got James Wood from the Nationals. You got Pete Crow Armstrong from the Cubs. And you got Corbin Carroll from the Diamondbacks, as well as Jordan Walker, who won the Home Run Derby last night representing the Cardinals. I mean, those are some really exciting players right there. Again, Shohei Ohtani voted in, but he's not playing. Ivan Herrera, representing the Cardinals as a replacement DH, backup DH. Jacob Mizorowski and Yoshinobu Yamamoto, along with Max Mayer of the Marlins. All three of those guys were originally selected to be in the pitching staff for the National League, but all three... Oh, I missed another guy, Chase Burns. So 4 arms. Oh, and Paul Skeens. My goodness. Mizorowski, Skeens, Burns, Mayer, and Ohtani, if you want to count him. Oh, Yamamoto. Did I get them all? All those guys are not here. Some replacement names. Riley O'Brien from the Cardinals, a reliever. Justin Robleski, a starter from the Dodgers. And Jesus Luzardo, another starter from the Phillies, as well as Braxton Ashcraft, a Pirates starter. The remaining arms, starter Logan Webb from the Giants, starter Eduardo Rodriguez. Wow, did he make an all-star game? Erod? From the Diamondbacks, Chris Sale, who's continues to be great. Boy, folks, there's a loud reception right now in Philly, and that is Mike Trout. Oh, look at this. Oh, you got to love this. Folks, they're introducing the lineups, and as the players enter the field, they're walking up to an old-fashioned desk from, like, the Revolutionary War, and there's a big old document there. They got to pick up a quill pen and sign their name like it's the Declaration of Independence or something. Shea Langolier is just getting introduced, having to move a chair out of his way. He's not going to make the field. All right, folks, I can't tell. Is this a very cool little introduction thing they're doing here, or is this kind of cringy? I can't tell. Every time I see a pin like that, I can't help but think of that Price is Right game, that blank check game. Folks, the remaining arms here for the National League, starter Foster Griffin from the Nationals, and relievers Mason Miller, of course, Yohan Duran, and Raisel Iglesias. Duran from the Phillies, Iglesias from the Braves. Folks, those are all the names. That's a lot. It's like 55 dudes or something. And right now, the American League getting introduced and signing away their souls. I wouldn't sign that piece of paper. I don't know what that document really says. Are they reading it? They're just blindly signing their souls away, folks. I'm a little bit worried. Hey, people. Let's get up the stats here on the screen. We got about 50 people chilling. It's after the top of the hour, so who knows how long till first pitch? I don't know. But let's take a minute to say hello to the folks in the Charm City chat. It might only need about 20 seconds. There's Ernie Clement inking his name. I would do it in blood. I would definitely just do a little bloodletting, tip the quill of that pen into my puddle of blood and sign it that way, folks. I don't mess around. Here comes the National League, led by manager Dave Roberts. Johnny O is here, George Ford, Rob Freeman, Key West, PJC, Thomas Brock, Phantom, Chawa, Matt Abel, 411 Shirley, Hooli Gamer Official, and everybody's repeats now. Hank Mitchell, Mozzie Sticks, Brian Mitch, Star Wars. Hello, everybody. Did I miss anybody? Shout yourself out if I did. It's a pretty small gathering here so far, but it's hard to say before this game gets started. I debated, in fact, I should go over and check. There is an event going on, or at least there was a planned event. It looks like Dr. Delay's calling this game. Is he on his own? I don't know. But JJ... Is JJ not doing this? Doesn't look like JJ's covering the All-Star game. I mean, it's in his city. I know he was out and about at the, what do you call the surrounding festivities of the All-Star game? Whatever. He was there checking out the goings-on, and he also was there to see the Home Run Derby contest. But I don't see any... JJ had asked me about a week ago or so. I don't think he's going to mind that I talk about this, but he was gathering some play-by-play guys, myself, maybe Thomas Fitzpatrick, the play-by-play guys that friends of the channel. He wanted to get us all into one stream and take turns covering the action, maybe one inning apiece. Kind of like an all-star gathering of us play-by-play guys. I like the idea, but I was like, well, thing is, my team has not been playing well this year. The numbers have been kind of gradually dipped. I'm averaging only about 10 or 12 subscribers a game right now, and really I need to be averaging about 20. So I would probably need to call this game just for the health of my channel, because a game like this might get some fresh eyeballs in here, as it's not just an Oriole event. It is a league event. And yeah, that's the reason for all that. JJ is at the game. All right, so he could have had me commit to a yes and then said, "Hey, guess what, BW? I backed out because I'm going to the game." I'm glad I stood him up then. Let's see if we can find JJ. Where are you, buddy? JJ's at the game. Where is my lighter? I need all of my supplies here, folks. Stand by for a minute while I go look for something. Thank you.
He met a strange friend in the Chesapeake Bay when Monday the Monster...
This is great iced tea. This is great iced tea.
All right. Folks, just a reminder, if you're new to the channel or if you're not familiar with the best way to make this experience optimal, the odds are if you are watching the game on your TV or whatever device, you're going to be ahead of me. I'm in Thailand. I got a little bit of a lag out here. But there is a way to work around it and make 99.9% of the ball game perfectly synced up and fine. So being as that you are likely ahead, what you're going to want to do is first pitch of the game, right after the pitch. If the ball's put in play, then right after the play runs itself to its conclusion. As soon as that first pitch has happened, you pause your game right after that, okay? Then just wait. Wait for me and be ready to unpause. I'm going to catch up. I'm going to call that first pitch. If it's put in play, I'll call it all the way through. And once I've done that, you unpause your game, and now we're synced up for the rest of the night. Does that make sense? We can all do this. We all live in a world now where watching live TV, you can pause it and just unpause, and now we got it all working. Oh, wait, I'm off screen. Sorry, hold on a sec. Okay. That makes sense for everybody? Good. By the way, folks, feel free to mention me tonight if you've got any Orioles stuff you want to talk about, or baseball stuff in general. Hell, you might want to talk about how in about 65 games plus postseason, we might not be seeing baseball for an extended amount of time. There is another collective bargaining agreement looming this winter, and depending on who you go to, seems like everybody's under the impression there's going to at least be some amount of a strike or a lockout or combination thereof that's going to interrupt the start of next season's baseball. It's a matter of how much interruption, I guess. But we just had an MLB draft here a couple of days ago. And one of the topics on the table there in that CBA that they're going to have is doing away with drafting kids right out of high school. So the Orioles might have just drafted their final high school prospects here just a couple of days ago. We'll see how that works out. Of course, you got revenue sharing and salary floors or payroll floors, payroll ceilings. I know transactions and the way that teams sort of manipulate players with their options and I mean, they're going to talk about everything. Mostly about money. Folks, there's a whole lot of pomp and circumstance going on, and Patti LaBelle is about to start belting out something. Oh, is this it? Is this the national anthem? All right, folks, Patti LaBelle with the national anthem. That gives me a reason to duck away for a minute. National anthem, folks. Stand by. Hit that note, Patty. Hit it. Hit it, Patty. Oh, damn. Oh, snap. Patty. Ms. LaBelle. That was a note. I make that same note every time I step on a Lego. Folks, there's your national anthem. All right. There's a bunch of crap on the field. It's going to take a while to get all that out of the way. First pitch, probably, I'll say 10 minutes from now. I don't know. Where is the camera? How you doing, everybody? There's a @mention Phantom. What's up, dude? How about the complete lack of apology coming from the Kansas City players? Ooh, look, folks, we've got what do you call them? Bots in the chat. We like the girls with the bots in the chat. Pumps and a bump. We like the girls with the pumps and a bump. Sorry. How about the complete lack of apology coming from the Kansas City players for the Blaze injury and suggesting that Blaze only spoke up because he's feeling good about himself? Yeah, that was Vinny Pasquantino's comment. Vinny P. Doesn't make sense because he started his quote by saying, well, they've been pitching us up and in. Yeah, but we didn't hit your guys. Never mind take them out for a month or more. So I don't know what that's about. And, of course, the main argument is, well, it was a 1-2 count. If you're going to hit a guy, you're not going to wait till a 1-2 pitch to do it. And you know what? Intentional or not, you broke the dude's hand. And that knowledge, I think, became public shortly after the game. If you're on the field, those players for the Phillies might have known before us. But not too classy. Not too classy. I've seen some comments regarding what Pasquantino said and stuff that basically said, well, he'll get one between the numbers next time we see him. I don't know. I don't know. I just, my number one thing is I'm really upset Blaze is out of the lineup for the next, probably till September. If we're lucky, he'll be ready for September. He's been a spark plug for a team that really needs it, and I'm worried that not just his production, the stats he's putting up. I'm worried about the lack of I mean, I'm sure you'll still be hanging with the team, I guess, in the dugout, but want to have that competitive fire. Oh, I hope this Orioles team can pick up where they left off on this break. 4-game win streak. How about we pick up right where we left off? Okay, there is the announcing crew. I think we're just about ready for baseball. 47 minutes after starting. I've already been on here 47 minutes. Let's get started. Folks, a reminder, Friday night in Houston, 7:50 p.m. Eastern. The stream will start 8:10 first pitch with the Astros coming up. The Astros are only like a half a game ahead of us. And those few teams ahead of us for that final wild card spot, we're playing a couple of them back-to-back on the road. Houston, 3 games. Boston, 3 games right after this break. It's going to be a big week starting on Friday. There's Verlander. Boy, it must really be difficult to roll out of bed with Kate Upton and go to work and spend 24 years in the majors or whatever pitching. Knowing you're a Hall of Famer, that's got to be tough. Folks, Vinny didn't do well. I don't think that was Vinny, Edward. I think it was Caglione. Wasn't it Caglione in the Derby last night for Kansas City? Not Vinny. Bright side of the injury, it was a crack. Yeah. It could have been a lot worse. But I'm also a little hesitant to talk about bright sides of Oriole injuries until that timetable is congruent with that bright side. If he comes back again by September 1st, then yeah, that's the bright side. But forgive me if I'm a little bit what's the word? Speculative? I'm speculating. What's the word? I can't think of words anymore. My vocabulary's gone to hell, which if my dreams are to talk into this mic 3 hours at a time, I need to learn how to speak. Folks, don't mind you, Edward. Well, I mean, let me be sure I'm right. I mean, if I'm wrong, then I'm the one at fault. I think it was Caglione, though, in the Derby for the Royals last night. Jaded. Oh, that's me since probably middle school. I am feeling pretty jaded. Oh, yeah. Here's good news. Ambivalent. That sounds like a good word. I'm not sure if it's the right one. I don't know. No, it's another S word, and I wanted to say speculative. That's all that could come out, but it's another word. Skeptical. That's it. Just skeptical. I don't know why I couldn't think of the word. But yeah, don't blame me for being skeptical. Whenever the Orioles give us a positive take on a particular injury. Until that player is back, I'm going to be skeptical. That's the word. Folks. Right. How small of a turnout is this going to be? Well, if JJ's not doing the game, let's see. Our friend Pete at NYY Underground. Pete's doing the game.
There's the 1-2. Behind the right center field. There's a base hit. And that one gets away from Jazz. Another run is in. More bad defense
He
from the
wasn't like a
Yankees.
nugget.
It's 7-0. Jazz couldn't handle the throw coming in from the outfield. And just like that, it is a 7-0 ball game. I just fucking take
All right. Hey, folks, let's do something here before first pitch. We're gonna raid Dr. Delay. Now, this isn't a redirect. It's gonna take your participation, but here's the link to Dr. Delay. Let's go in there right now. I'm going in there too. Link is posted right now in the chat. Click over and say hi to Delay. BW Raid. Let's go. Don't make me look stupid alone over here, folks. I'm already in there. We got time before first pitch. Let's say hi to the doc. He just hit. Congratulate him, by the way. Congrats on 10K. Doc just hit 10K subscribers.
Make sure to check out Orioles Birdwatcher. Again, subscribe to his channel right now. He's a big friend of the channel. And yeah, again, I do appreciate you for your support. Thank you again. I believe BW is approaching 6,000 subscribers. And again, covers a lot of Orioles. But again, if you love baseball, you're subscribing to Orioles Birdwatcher. He loves it more than I do. So I'm just saying.
Orioles Camden Yard is probably one of the most iconic stadiums. And
it's a ballpark, but thank you.
That, we should have gone. We should have hit up Grandpa and said, "Hey, let's go to a Baltimore game." That we would have been able to see. No, we wouldn't have been able to see Ripken, I don't think.
Delay has a buddy over there.
When he retired, I guess. Well, you would have been too young. If we would have.
Is Ryan O'Hearn on the... I don't remember calling Ryan O'Hearn's name. O'Hearn didn't make the All-Star team?
But now I don't know if I do.
That's too bad.
No, I understand.
The Camden Yard's real nice. I've seen photos and I drove by it plenty of times.
I'm going to go ahead and put BW's link in the chat for you guys. Since we don't have the 3D up, I don't have to worry about it.
All right.
So again, thank you very much for the redirect, or not redirect, but the raid.
Raid. It's a raid.
I do remember, was it a couple weeks ago?
Thank you guys. I appreciate it. Sorry.
You had talked about all the different people that do, like Orioles is the Birdwatcher.
Orioles Birdwatcher is the bird.
You have District Nation, which is the Nationals, right?
Nationals.
And then JJ, of course, with the
JJ
Phillies. Who was your guy?
With Sports with the Mets.
With the Mets, right. And then we had Paul D.
I'm the one at the top of the list.
Sinbin does the Blue Jays, and then maybe some others.
Wow, this guy knows all the streamers.
Fitzpatrick with the Red Sox.
Oh, okay.
I want to say.
And
all right, I'm walking out of Dr. Delay's stream right now. Folks, thanks for popping over there and saying hi to Doc. I'm kind of hoping he returns the favor at some point tonight. Doc is just hit 10,000 subscribers, and he started his channel a year after I did. Not jealousy. He knows what he's doing. And he definitely calls more than just one team, one sport. So he's probably done twice as many calls. He should have about twice the size of the channel. But damn. Hey, there's Mike Trout. Yeah, so Oriole fans here, listen up, guys. I'm going to have to, kind of shift my brand ever so slightly. Don't worry. Again, this will always be the case. Hey, look, another bot. How you doing, buddy? See you later. I'm going to need to call as many events on this channel as I can to help generate the revenue necessary so that I can, survive. That's pretty much a necessary part of the process is survival. So, again, just be comforted in knowing that when the Orioles are on, they are always top priority. Nothing else will ever preempt an Orioles game. Even if there's, say, the Orioles are in a playoff game and there's another game that I've announced that I'm going to call. If the Orioles game were to spill over into that next game, well, that next game is just going to have to not worry about it. It's always the Orioles. 5,300 subs. Nice. Did we just hit that number? Fantastic. Thanks, everybody.
And I want to thank you very much for that. I really do.
I forgot what the hell I was talking about. Whatever it was too boring for you guys. Folks, there's the American League lineup once more. Trout, Yordan Alvarez, Shea Langoliers. The first three batters coming up. Christopher Sanchez, the starter. And Philly pitcher just now getting to the mound. What is that behind the mound there? A couple of rosin bags, but then there's like a base. What is that? There's a base behind the mound. What is that? All right. Fancy camera work. Hey, it's the little E.L. Fudge leprechaun, Ken Rosenthal. I wonder if he's standing on an apple cart as he interviews Bryce Harper. Harper, the game hasn't even started yet. Why does your hair look so greasy? Why does it look like you've been playing a doubleheader in the middle of the Sahara Desert? This guy, how does he get that hair so greasy? I don't know. Anyway, folks. Hi. All right. Rosenthal, get your ass out of the way. Apparently, we're going to follow Bryce Harper all the way back into the clubhouse, down to the toilets. Oh, no, he's just walking over here now. There we go. All right, folks. Is that a cleat cleaner? I've never seen one that large. And I didn't see the little, like, frilly, rubber spiky things to rub your cleats onto. It just looked like a flat, looked like a base. And I've never seen one that large. Where have I been? Folks, look at this overhead shot. Needless to say, the place is packed, folks. We are ready for the 2026 All-Star Game in Philadelphia in the summer of the 250th birthday of the U.S., where they signed that piece of paper right down the road. First pitch of the ball game. Trout fouls it off. We are underway. 237 average for Trout. Not too impressive, but 18 homers. OPS well above 800. And it's just nice to see Trout back in the mix. He has been a hell of a player in his career. I think he's already done plenty to lock up an Hall of Fame spot. What are we doing here on one pitch into the game? What's happening? Folks, the count is a ball and a strike. Sorry about missing that second pitch. And the 1-1 is a low. 2-1 on Mike Trout. Okay, I didn't see it, Phantom. That's all I'm saying. I believe you. I'm sure that's what it is. First at bat. I mean, I know it's not, I can see it. I can see it now. It's still the largest one of those I've ever seen. There's a swing and a miss. Trout strikes out. One away.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
That was a low. Look at that smile on Sanchez's face. That was a Grinch smile. That was sinister. All right, here's a matchup. Yordan Alvarez, first pitch, outside, ball 1. Swing and a miss. Sinker from Sanchez. That's one of his best pitches there. Maybe his best. I'm not going to pretend to know everything about some of these players I'd only see a couple of times a year. Hey, who's this lady sitting down on the stairs? Yordan with a base hit into center field. Yordan just a complete hitter. Got power, but can hit for contact as well. That pitch was in a very hittable spot. Can't expect a positive result if you're Sanchez, if you're going to leave a pitch there to Alvarez. So runner at first, 1 out. Here is Shea Langoliers. Takes a changeup up and away for ball 1. Among catchers, Langoliers is second in homers, second in RBI, third in extra base hits, third in slugging. Up and away, 2-0. So, of course, everybody wearing their uniforms for the teams they represent. And if you're the American League, you're wearing your road grays. National League, you're wearing your home threads. That pitch missed. It's 3-0. 3-0. Up and away for ball 4. 4 straight pitches out of the zone to issue a walk to Langoliers. Puts 2 runners on here in the first. And of course, in an all-star game, there are no breaks for the pitcher. It is one stud after the next. Here's Junior Caminero. Big swing and a miss on a slider, 0-1. Caminero, did he play in the All-Star game? Or, I'm sorry, the Home Run Derby last night? I believe he did. He did a couple of seasons ago. Another, oh, that's a changeup low and in. 1 ball, 1 strike. Look at the grin on Sanchez. He's just having fun out there, as he should be. Caminero, third in the American League with 28 home runs. Also third with his OPS at 927. Takes a changeup low. 2 balls and a strike. Hey, Shante. Two and one on Caminero. Sanchez's delivery. That's a chopper. A big chop back to the pitcher. Sanchez. Oh, the throw. Freeman's foot momentarily off the bag, but he's able to get it back down in time to get the second out. Otherwise, we'd have bases loaded, 1 down. Instead, it's 2 away with runners at second and third. And Bobby Witt Jr. with a chance to get the big hit. Of course, we just saw Bobby Witt Jr. in Baltimore over the weekend. First pitch swinging, fouls it left side. Hitting .286. He's got 30 stolen bases, which leads the American League. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I'm sorry. It's been like 10 minutes. Swing and a miss. 0-2 on Witt. Supposed to be over here. There we go. Sorry about that. 2 strikes, 2 out, 2 men in scoring position, and the pitch outside. Sanchez has reached 20 pitches. And another one outside evens up the count. I want to know who this lady is who works at the ballpark with the short shorts sitting near the bottom of the seats here behind the plate. What you doing, hon? 2-2 pitch. Low and in. Did it hit him? No. A ball at the feet of Witt Jr. makes it a full count. There is a base open and a lefty batter on deck. That being Cody Bellinger. Here comes the 3-2. Outside, full count, and the bases are loaded.
I'm walking here. I'm walking here.
I guess, I don't know, are we rooting for the American League? I don't know. I mean, if there's nothing on the line anymore, what are we rooting for? What are we rooting for? We've got the right to be angry. Cody Bellinger's coming up. And we're rooting for Adley's 1 plate appearance in approximately 2 hours and 8 minutes for those 12 seconds to see a second pitch grounded to third. All right. My lady has now moved over to the other side of the stairway. I'm just watching her. Folks, 0-1 the count on Cody Bellinger. Swing and a miss. He chased a sinker inside. 0-2 the count. 2 outs, 2 strikes. American League with the bases loaded. Crowd making noise. The pitch. Slider outside. Not an easy pitch to handle there for Drake Baldwin. 1-2 pitch. That's well inside. 2-2. I don't think Sanchez wants to see a full count. I think he's going to try to get a strike in here somewhere to Bellinger. 2-2 pitch. That one's right back up the middle, and it's a base hit. 1 run is in. Throw in from the outfield is late. Langoliers scores, and the American League have taken an early lead. Again, I talked about Christopher Sanchez struggling just about a week ago in a start where he gave up 9 runs to the Royals. Well, 2 runs in here so far in what will probably be his only inning. Bellinger with a 2-out RBI single. First and third now, and the batter is Ben Rice. 2-0 American League. Rice has put up great numbers. I'm not happy that the Yankees have found themselves a new everyday slugger at first base. And another hit for Rice. And for the American League, a single on the ground up the middle. Witt Jr. scores. It's 3-0. So the Yankees driving in the runs. 2 RBI for Bellinger. 1 here from Rice. Mods, we got a, yeah. Thank you, Phantom. The bots are out in full force tonight. There is activity in the National League bullpen already. It's that pitcher for the Cardinals. There's about 3 guys who I'm not that familiar with, and he's one of them. I already forgot his name. But the reliever for the Cardinals is up if Sanchez can't finish this inning. Here's a ball fouled off to the right by Riley Green, the number 8 hitter in the lineup for the Tigers. His 3rd straight All-Star game. Hitting .288, 14 homers, 45 driven in. Takes a slider outside, 1-1. The only other Tiger outfielder to make the All-Star game 3 straight times, Al Kaline. Pretty good company. There's a swing and a miss. The count 1-2. It was like that for a little while. Swing and a miss, and that will end the inning. Riley Green strikes out. Sanchez, though, can't get that 3rd out with back-to-back hits. A 2-run single by Bellinger, an RBI knock by Rice. And at the end of half an inning, it's the American League 3 and the National League coming up. You're welcome, Hoagie Boy. Folks, we only have 50 people here. 50. Yikes. If I knew it was going to be this kind of party, I would have stuck my thing in the mashed potatoes. Drake Baldwin throwing the game? Throwing the All-Star game. I don't know, Hoagie. I don't know if I can buy into that conspiracy theory. But who knows? Folks, I mean, we got a very intimate turnout here. If I was hoping to get a crowd of new eyes in here and maybe hey, one thing's already happened. The odometer has hit 5,300. There's something. Otherwise, I'm just gonna futz around, maybe work on a project here in the background. Hold on, I'm pushing things back. I'm bringing sexy back, folks. Spain beat France. So Spain's in the final. And what's left? The winner of England and Argentina? Are those the other 2 teams? I tell you what, if England makes it to the final, that is must-see TV. Whether they win or they lose, it's going to be epic either way if they make the final. It'll be Kyle Schwarber, Juan Soto, and Freddie Freeman for the National League. There are 3 Dodgers, 2 Braves, 2 Phillies in this starting lineup for the National League. Dylan Cease on the mound for the American League. And look at the Philly fans rising to their feet. Everybody here wants to see the same thing, which is Kyle Schwarber hitting a bomb off of Cease to start the night for the offense for the National League. All right, first pitch to Schwarber, and he takes a big, healthy hack at a fastball right down the middle, and he missed it. Advantage Cease. Swing and a miss, and he blows another fastball by him. 0-2. Don't worry, he will. I have no reason to worry. It's an all-star game. The only reason I would worry is if I were silly enough to put a bet on a game like this. This pitch fouled back. 0-2 on Schwarber still. And more bots. It's Bot City tonight, folks. Curveball. That misses low and in. 1-2 to Schwarber. Don't mind me, folks. I'm just doing some maintenance. Another 1-2 popped up right side. Actually behind the plate. Langoliers out of room. Another 1-2 pitch coming up. Here comes the next 1-2. That one bounces in there. And why is my throat getting scratchy? Check, check. Okay. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Schwarber. See you later.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
All right, I guess I'm just kind of rooting for the American League. Got to pick somebody. Or else I have no reason to play any sound effects. Folks! Oh, God. Speaking of sound effects. It's Juan Soto at the plate. First pitch curveball and a beauty from Cease to get ahead of Soto. 0-1. Juan, I'm way overpaid. Soto. There's a called strike. It's 0-2. Juan, the more you pay me, the less effort I will give you in return. Soto, folks, at the plate with an 0-2 count. Pops this up. Out of play. Juan Soto.
Why don't you wake up and smell what you shoveling?
I'm happy with just about anybody. You know how painful it would be to have to root for this guy on my team? Swing and a miss. Soto strikes out. Sit down, buddy.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
Man, good pitching always beats good hitting every time. There are not many pitchers that can make Juan Soto look that overmatched, but Cease just did it. 2 away for Freddie Freeman. Swing and a miss. Man. Dylan's pitching never ceases to amaze. Get it? Fouled away. 0-2 on Freeman. Imagine what the Mets would be without him. I think better. I think those stats you see Soto put up, at least after the first few years with the Nats, they don't tell the story of the baggage that comes with it. This one's fouled away. Still 0-2. I'm not a fan of Juan Soto. Can you tell? He's got all the talent in the world to hit. I'm not going to sit here and say something ridiculous. He's one of the best hitters around. This pitch is low, 1-2. One, two to Freeman. Low. 3-0 American League. We're in the bottom of the first. National League has not responded off a cease. Couple of strikeouts. And Freeman with a 2-2 count. Tapped foul behind the plate. Will do it again. Here comes another 2-2. That one's up. Freeman got up and got a piece, fouls it off. He's fighting up there, still 2-2. And we're about to get the 19th pitch of this first inning from Cease. Ooh, that one just a bit inside. Full count. So both starters having to throw 20-plus pitches in their first inning. However, Cease has nobody on and 2 down. But he just put somebody on here. A wild pitch that was head high to Freeman is ball 4. 2-out walk. Bringing up C.J. Abrams, the Nationals shortstop. This is only the second shortstop in the National League and All-Star history to bat cleanup. He joins Ernie Banks. How's that for some company? It's ball 1 to Abrams. The 1-0. That's above the belt for ball 2. It looked like Cease was ready to blow through the top 3 hitters after getting strikeouts of the first 2, but check swing foul here by Abrams. 2-1 the count. It's now turning into a long inning for Cease. Pitch number 24 coming up. Two 2-1 pitch. That one's fouled left side. We'll do it at 2-2. That would appear, even if there was any plans of these starters going 2 innings, which I'm not sure if there was, but based on how they've performed, I don't think that's happening. We're going to see some new pitchers in the second. Sanchez giving up 3 runs. Cease about to throw his, 26th pitch? 25th pitch, excuse me. To C.J. Abrams. And a swing and a miss, and after all that, Cease winds up striking out the side. Not in order, but he does get 3 strikeouts here against the National League. It's 1 inning complete. It's the American League 3, the National League nothing. Cease. Yeah, I don't know how anybody else. Yeah. Yeah, Juan Soto. Between the Dodgers, how they're run, and Soto and that ridiculous contract, those are your two biggest. Like, okay, we gotta reel this. We gotta reel this in. Things are starting to get out of hand here. You know, for generations, whenever there's ever been spats between players and owners, I've always sided with the players every single time. But last 20, 25 years, it's starting to get to the point where not really feeling any sort of sympathy for either side. Yeah, you feel me, folks? I mean, back in the day, players had to sit there and work like a Meineke in the off season to make ends meet. I don't know. Folks, who's got moolah? I want some moolah. Oh, I get to watch what should be some top of the line commercials here. Oh, the Geico Gecko is still around. Yay. Now battling out with the Energizer Bunny for longest running annoying commercial spokesperson mascot thing. Folks, how am I doing, you ask? I'm fine. Should I be a little more high energy? I probably should. I'm admittedly just kind of chilling here. BW's day off. The mental health day. What's Mateo making? Probably somewhere in the neighborhood of $2 million a year. Check swing roller over to first. Freeman will take it to the bag unassisted. Ernie Clement, the only batter for the American League not to hit in the first inning, makes a quick out here in the second on a check swing roller to first. Back to the top of the order from Mike Trout. It's Eduardo Rodriguez now on the mound for the National League, the Diamondbacks left-handed starter. E-Rod, as he's known, he pitched in the World Baseball Classic. I believe he pitched in the final, right? Wasn't it Eduardo Rodriguez versus Luis Severino, I want to say? I have terrible memory, which is perfect for baseball. 1-1 pitch to Trout in the dirt. 2-1 the count. It's a $1 million deal. All right. I'm only $1 million off, and I'm also 100% off. Man, look how young Mizorowski looks. He looks about 19. Three-one pitch. Trout. That one's going to be hit on a bounce to second. Albies will throw out Trout. 1 down for the American League. Sorry, 2 down. And here's Yordan Alvarez. He started that rally in the first with a single. Came around to score. Lefty-lefty matchup here. First pitch strike on the outer edge from Eduardo Rodriguez. A bit low on my estimate. Oh, for Mateo money? I figured it was above league minimum, but not much. Here is a ball popped up to left. Juan Soto will make a basket catch coming in on the ball, and the inning is quickly over. Boy, Eduardo Rodriguez threw what, 8 pitches maybe there? Yes, 8 pitches, 3 outs. That's 26 less pitches than Sanchez to get the same number of outs. Folks, we go to the bottom of the second. American League up 3-0 on the National League. Folks, it's a pretty low turnout. We've yet to get up to as many as 70 people in the room. I wonder how many people I am up against. I wonder how poorly I planned for this. Did I not put the right hashtags out there? Is my thumbnail awful? Is the description bad? Does the title need work? Oh, Christ. Folks, give me a minute. I'm going to see a man about a horse. Be right back.
He met a strange friend in the Chesapeake Bay when Mondi the monster.
Boy, Harry, you're full of energy. You look great. I hate to tell you how I feel. I swear.
I've had that bad back myself.
Also, with this cold, it just seems like it's settled in there.
That's age, friend.
I don't care what it is. It feels awful.
You smell like a drugstore.
That's right. I am a drugstore.
You're not a hypochondriac, are you?
What does that mean? Oversexed?
All right. The new pitcher for the American League is the Guardians lefty Parker Messick. He's facing a left-handed batter for the Dodgers, third baseman Max Muncy. And Muncy pops up the first pitch. Foul ground. Well, nope. Right on the foul line. Junior Caminero makes the catch over at third base. One away here in the bottom of the second. So the first inning went long. Both starters laboring. Sanchez giving up 3 runs, but second inning, Eduardo Rodriguez, 8 pitches to get 3 outs, and now Messick got an out on 1 pitch. And he gets ahead of Albies, the switch-hitting second baseman of the Braves with strike 1. And here's a ground ball rolled over to short. Routine play for Bobby Witt Jr. Albies retired 2 quick outs for Parker Messick. And I mean quick. Here's a round of applause for hometown outfielder Brandon Marsh. And yes, that hair of his is still there. It still looks extremely uncomfortable. Messick versus Marsh. First pitch. Fouled back. Messick has got some pretty swanky looking socks on. I described them for you more. They've got a American flag sort of design at the top of the socks, pulled pretty much up to the knees. Pretty swanky there, Parker. He's got a 1-1 count now on Marsh and make it 1-2. A swing and a miss on a slider in the dirt. Well, folks, since we have a low turnout, if you have anything Orioles related you want to talk about, now's the frickin' time. Two-two pitch. That's outside. Full count to Marsh. We're up to 70 likes. Thank you for that, folks. We got a nice shot at 100 or so. Marsh fouls this one away. Still 3-2. 2 out, nobody on in the bottom of the second. The payoff pitch is a called strike 3. By the way, do we have an ABS system in place for this game? I don't see why not. At the same time, seems kind of weird to use it. Marsh strikes out looking. The inning is over, folks. 2 innings in the books. On to the third, the American League up 3-0 on the National League. George says here in Baltimore, the next 2 days will be over 100 degrees again. I'm excited because unless I face yet another setback that I can't even imagine what it might be. But after, God, it's got to be coming up on 2 weeks without glasses. Should have them here by tomorrow. So next Oriole game, Friday night, new glasses. It'll be a whole new world. I'll be able to see stuff I couldn't see. I was kind of getting used to not seeing things and enjoying. I started to realize sometimes it's better to not see stuff. You feel me, folks? What do I think about the draft? Well, you know, I think it's best to have good insulation so that you don't get those cold. What am I doing? What is wrong with me? I need a vacation. Improv skills are nowhere to be found. I was trying to make a joke about a draft, like cool air coming into your house, and it went nowhere. It went absolutely nowhere. Too many high school kids. Well, Tank, like I said already tonight, might be the last draft where we see high school kids. That's one of the things they want to address in the collective bargaining agreement. The idea of doing away with drafting high schoolers. So, could be the end of an era there. Not sure. Riley O'Brien. Okay, so this is the Cardinal pitcher that had been getting loose, whose name I didn't know well enough to remember because I've never heard of him, to be honest, but he's an all-star, so it's time to know who he is. Riley O'Brien, a right-handed reliever for St. Louis, with Shane Langoliers at the plate. And Langoliers is going to get himself a hit into right center field. This ball wasn't hit all that hard, but got enough on it to get it to the outfield and drop it between center and right. A leadoff knock for the American League. And Langoliers has reached base both times now with a walk and a single. First batter of this game to reach base twice. Junior Caminero. Pitch off the plate outside, ball one. Riley O'Brien.
Folks, names don't get much more Irish than Riley O'Brien, do they?
Oh, up and in, and Caminero is hit, and oh my goodness, he's down. And this could be bad somewhere around the hands, I believe. Oh, this could absolutely ruin. If Caminero has anything serious going on with his hand or wrist, he is immediately leaving the ball game under his own power, heading straight down the tunnel. Oh, right on the bottom of the hand, on the pinky. Right about here, folks. Right about there on the left hand. Up the pinky. Oof. Man, that's just bad. You know there's no intent, and you know you want to see an exhibition game that's competitive, but definitely don't want to see anybody, especially these stars, get hurt. It puts runners at first and second. It is Miguel Vargas running now for Caminero at first base. Who remembers the catcher that Pete Rose basically ended the career of in an all-star game, about 50 years or so ago? Here's Bobby Witt Jr. He walked and scored first time up. 0-1 pitch is outside, 1-1 the count. Chance for the American League to bust this open. Check swing, inside, no swing, 2-1. Ray Fosse. There you go, Carl. There's a ball hit on the ground to third, and stepping on the third base bag, Muncy, throw across, is a little bit late. Max Muncy nearly got a double play ball off of Bobby Witt Jr. Not easy to do. Muncy did exactly the right thing. He fielded the ball, the body taking him toward the third base bag. So he gets the force there to get the lead runner. And I tell you what, that throw to first on replay looks pretty good to me. Now again, do we have challenges in this All-Star game or what? Oh, they are replaying this. I think Bobby Witt Jr. is out. And if he is, what a play by Max Muncy, the veteran. Looks out to me, folks. If the call stands, it's first and second, one out. If Witt is out, it's a runner at second and two down. I mean, by an inch. By an inch, he's out, in my humble view. They're still looking at it, folks. Anyway, boy, there isn't a whole lot of stuff to point to during lulls in the action. This would be a perfect time to go over some out-of-town scores. Well, there's none of those. Maybe a perfect time to go over some news and notes with the team. Well, there's not really any of those. Oh, well, Adley Rutschman, folks, did hit the red carpet for the All-Star game, and I want to thank Adley for ditching the white shirt pirate look and going for the more dapper Dread Pirate Roberts black pirate shirt look. I think Adley's got a thing for pirates. Runner's safe. The call stands. My, oh my. So a fielder's choice. No double play. First and second for the American League with only the one out. Still a nice play by Max Muncy, and I still think Witt Jr. was out. All right, there was that. Here's a pop-up down the left field line. Juan Soto nearly overran it. Stops and makes the catch a couple of feet from the foul line and left for out number 2. And that was Bellinger making that out on one pitch. Here comes Ben Rice, RBI single, first time up, got a chance to drive in more here. 2 on, 2 out. Low and in on a hard sweeper. Sweeper from O'Brien. What was the name of that there pitcher? A pitcher so highly regarded, none of us know. Cameron Sanders. Cameron Sanders, acquired from the Pirates for cash considerations. Keegan Aiken, by the way, transferred to the 60-day disabled list, so his season is over. Pretty much. There's a called strike to Ben Rice. 1 ball, 2 strikes. O'Brien's pitch swung on and missed. Strike 3, and the inning is over. American League have put up offense here. 4 hits. They've got 3 runs through 3 innings at the plate. Nothing but goose eggs for the National League. Bottom of the 3rd coming up 3-0 AL. Lacks control. Well, you can't have it all if you're a guy getting brought in for cash. Got to be something not working. We got a stable of pitchers. We do. Joseph Jerwa, and I am starting to say that name more and more correctly every time I say it. Joseph Jerwa is looking like he could really be something special for us. Pitched in the Futures game here yesterday. Is rising up the Orioles prospect rankings and the MLB prospect rankings after having just drafted him last season. Mike Elias does not draft pitchers high, but Juro went in the 2nd round last year, I think. Late 2nd round pick. It's looking like taking a pitcher relatively high, at least by our standards, 2nd round, might pay off. How long will it be till we see him? No idea. But right now, he's sort of the talk of the farm right now. Joseph Jerwa, 22 years old, out of Michigan State. A lefty. Stuck a pin in your backbone. Stroke it down from there. All I ever wanted was to be your spine. Folks, just a little Archers of Loath on this fine Tuesday evening. There he is, pitching for Frederick at the moment. 5-1 record, 2.21 ERA. In 40 2/3 innings, he has struck out 50 dudes. I think it's time for him to go up to Bowie next year, or maybe late this year. Get a couple starts in. Oh, he already has been to Bowie. What am I talking about? Folks, we're back underway. Michael Wacha on the mound for the American League, a Royal, facing Andy Pajes, the number 8 batter for the National League from the Dodgers. And an 0-1 pitch from Wacha is low, 1 ball, 1 strike. So he has made the move to Double-A Chesapeake, where he's pitched 45 1/3 innings. Joseph Jerwa we're talking about. 2.38 ERA. He's made 7 starts, striking out 56 in just 45 1/3. Pitch in the dirt, 2-2 the count on Pajes. So the two teams combined, Frederick and Chesapeake. Total numbers for Jerwa this season professionally. He's made 15 starts with a 2.30 ERA, 86 innings, 106 strikeouts. Swing and a miss. Pajes strikes out.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
Yep, he's pitching basically to a 11-2 strikeout to walk ratio. Here is Drake Baldwin, the final batter of either starting lineup to get their first plate appearance, the number 9 hitter in the National League. And the 0-1 pitch is fouled away. Quickly 0-2 on Baldwin. On the outside edge, called strike 3. Drake Baldwin looks at 3 pitches. Sit down.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
Folks, I mean, Freddie Freeman walked. The rest of the National League is hitless. 2 down, nobody on for Kyle Schwarber, getting his second look and fouls the first pitch away. Schwarber faced Dylan Cease first time up and struck out. Now up there against Michael Wacha. Schwarber having trouble with his earpiece. It looks a little bit, yeah, it's still... These earpieces. Schwarber takes a low. 1-1 the count. Wacha's 1-1. That one's slammed foul. Look at this kid with a front row seat. He's leaned back in and he looks bored off his ass. See if you guys can see who I'm talking about. It looks like about a 9-year-old kid sitting in what's got to be like a $5,000 seat. He just took a swig of Sprite. It looks like he's pissed off that he doesn't have a Nintendo Switch in his hand. Schwarber fouls it away. 2-2 with 2 down. How did this kid get this seat? Fouled back. We'll do it again. Whoops. Looks like I'm going to miss a pitch. Got to refresh the stream, folks. I left you with a 2-2 count. And now I'm leaving you with no count. Schwarber has been retired on a ground out to second base. A one-hopper over there to Ernie Clement. Or was that Witt? I'm confused. Vargas in the game at third base, replacing Caminero, who got hit on the hand with a pitch. Everything else is still the same defensively. Oh, there's another change. Drake Baldwin, after getting one at-bat and striking out on 3 pitches, he's already out of the game for the National League. And Contreras replaces Baldwin from the Brewers. Contreras. That's a William, not Wilson. William Contreras in for Baldwin. We go to the top of the 4th inning. Kid in the polo shirt. Rich kid that doesn't care. Yep. Kids that would love that seat aren't wearing a polo shirt. Absolutely. Yeah. Just some rich brat kid who's going to be bossing you and me around in 20 years. I need a break.
He met a strange friend in the Chesapeake
Shame.
Bay.
Shame. 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 Shame.
I'm up all night to get lucky. I'm up all night to get lucky. Nothing gonna break my style. Nothing gonna break my style. Feeling hot, hot, hot. Feeling hot, hot, hot.
I mean, imagine being a 9-year-old with an opportunity to sit in what is basically a king's throne, the best seat in the house at an all-star game. You're watching the best players in the game all on the same field at the same time. And this kid could not give less of a shit about it. Look how his arms are just splayed out. It looks like he's waiting in a dentist chair. My goodness. Jesus Luzardo, the second Philly pitcher of the night, will pitch the top of the 4th. He's got a 1-1 count here on Riley Green. Now 1-2 after a swing and a miss. Luzardo has been pitching well of late since the 25th of May, a 5-0 record. And he just struck out Riley Green. First batter he faces. Green retired. I mean, folks, I'll admit, growing up, there were things I was involved in that I didn't know any better because I was too young to really understand. Here's a ground ball to third by Ernie Clement. He'll be thrown out on one pitch, 2 outs on 5 pitches for Jesus Luzardo. Back to the top of the order from Mike Trout. But yeah, I mean, I was somewhat spoiled because every field trip would be into downtown D.C. to go to a Smithsonian museum, air and space this time, natural history this time. Here's a 1-pitch ground ball to third. And Trout is retired, and Luzardo, 6 pitches, 3 outs. How do you like that? The National League settling down on the mound, but they have yet to get a hit. And this game is starting to fly by. Bottom of the 4th coming up. 3-0 American League. Yeah, so I was a little spoiled, you know. I'm sitting there looking at the Wright brothers' first plane just hanging up in the Air and Space Museum when I'm like 8 years old. Right next to like the Apollo 11 capsule or whatever it is. Oh, look over there. There's Skylab. Huh. And walk over here. Oh, here's the archives. Oh, there's the Declaration. Oh, there's the Magna Carta. Huh. Interesting. Yeah. But that was educational stuff. If I was that age and I'm at the All-Star game sitting in the first row, I'm going bananas. I don't know. Folks. Oh, yeah. Forgot. You forgot. Getting kind of green over here, isn't it? The sun's trying to get in here. See? Sunlight. A peek behind the curtain. Hey, speaking of a peek behind the curtain, anybody want me to check in on our old buddy who lied again about calling an event that he canceled and then lied about why he didn't do it? Just more lies. I love tracking the lies of this guy. The excuses. This is the only guy that attempts to gaslight you with his own gas, like flatulence. Can't even gaslight you with some proper petrol. You feel me? Folks, you know who I'm talking about. Right. Folks, are back underway. Top of the 4th to you. Oh, it's the bottom of the 4th to you. It's Juan Soto leading off. It's Joe Ryan, Twins starter on the mound now. And a 1-0 pitch low and into Soto, 2-0. Folks, my buddy Katron is here. How you doing, Katron? Welcome in. We've got a low turnout here for an all-star game. Most of the bird watchers are taking a much needed and much deserved break from our baseball season. 2-1 pitch. Hit up the middle, over the mound, past second, into center field. It's a leadoff single for Juan frickin' Soto as he points to the sky as if he just cured tuberculosis. I mean, come on, man. Get over yourself. Folks, here is Freddie Freeman. And there's a curveball from Ryan for a strike. I hate Juan Soto. I know. I'm going out on a limb. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. Folks, I've got hot takes. I put my neck out there on some controversial subjects. Like, get this. I'm against landmines. That's right. This pitch is fouled away. It's still 0-2. That's right, folks. I will put my foot down. No landmines. They're bad. Yo, that lady is still sitting on those stairs over there. And if this kid with the good seat had any brains in him, he'd come up with a reason to look back at the thighs on this lady. They're pretty nice. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Is there a ball game on? Swing and a miss. Freddie Freeman strikes out. Strikeout for Joe Ryan. X-rays were negative on Caminero. Well, why can't they look at it more positively? I'm sorry. Negative means good. That's right. Folks, swing and a miss by C.J. Abrams going after a high heater. Abrams with a hit his first. No, he's 0 for 1. Never mind. 0 for 1. 1 out, runner at first. Yo, Katron, what you up to, man? Talk to me, man. How you been? Don't worry. It's a small turnout. I don't mind going off topic. 1-1 pitch from Ryan. Swing and a miss. 2 strikes on Abrams. Avoiding going to bed. Why do you want to avoid it, man? Sleep is great when you can get it. Think positive, test negative. That's a good motto, Tank. Abrams strikes out. Joe Ryan coming in, getting a couple of strikeouts here. The tough part of this all-star lineup just struck out their cleanup hitter. Here's Max Muncy. That funky Muncy. He's 0 for 1. Ryan with a throw to first. Soto's back standing. All right, test negative. Negative tests are good. All right, well, I got to go back in time and tell all of my teachers that if the results of my tests were negative, then I should be feeling pretty good about, pretty proud of myself. 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Oh, yeah. I had a lot of negative test results in school. I guess a 0 technically isn't negative. It's right on the cusp. Here's a pop-up. Witt Jr. on the outfield grass. The shortstop makes the catch. The inning is over. Joe Ryan gets a couple of strikeouts and a pop-up with a base runner thrown in there. We go now to the top of the fifth. Coming up, folks. It has been 3-0 American League since the top of the first inning. Still 3-0. Right. Folks, we need some topics. We're about to get into a part of the ball game where all the starters are going to come out. There's going to be switches up the yin-yang. Am I going to sit here and call it trying to keep up with all this nonsense? Nobody's keeping score here, right? Hey, by the way, Wilson Contreras, the veteran brother of the Contrerases who plays for Boston, he took over for Ben Rice at first base, I suppose, on defense in that last half inning. Ben Rice out of the ball game. Dylan Dingler is in for Shea Langell. So get this, Rutschman is not only... Man, they already had a Tiger in the game. You had Riley Green in there, and you got 2 at-bats. You have 2 backup catchers for Langoliers, and instead of going to the only Oriole representative, Adley Rutschman, to back up right now, they bring in Dingler. They bring in Dylan frickin' Dingler from the Tigers. I'm pissed. Cedar Rafaela's in center field for Mike Trout. I don't want to keep up with all this crap. So we're going to get the least amount of rep of any team. Adley's going to get 1 plate appearance, like in the 8th inning. This stinks. First, they snub Alonso, who should have been a part of that home run derby. And now Adley's going to get the 3rd catcher treatment. Go screw. For Dylan Dingler? Dylan frickin' Dingler? How's everybody else doing? All right. Folks. Oh, I guess that's bulletin board material for us. The bad news O's. I'm telling you, this American League, listen up, American League, you're going to rue the day that you let it get to the All-Star break to where a team like ours is only 2 games out of this mammoth jamma. You're going to rue the day. What is this? We got Ray Charles on the screen. We got kids on bikes. What is this, Stranger Things? What the hell kind of nightmare fuel am I looking at right now? I want my $2. $2. I want my $2. Good enough for you, it's good love. For me, it's good enough. Come on, Goonies. We got to get down to that restaurant and get into the basement before the Fratellis find. What is this? Kids on bikes. All right, that's enough fireworks. I don't know. Folks, I'm just watching stuff happen at the ballpark, right? I don't get it. We're about to start the 5th inning. Why is all this happening right now? Why the start of the 5th to make all these, we got everybody out here with sparklers. Holy shitballs, it's a fireworks show. at Citizens Bank Park. Holy cow, this one kid snuck in like 15 baseball cards to get signed. Folks, if you're not watching and just listening to me describe the events, I'm sure most of it sounds ridiculous, but I don't know, they brought in a handful of kids on little bikes out of the corner of the field there. And they're chilling, one kid per player, while Ray Charles belts out America the Beautiful from some recording in the past. Fireworks going off. Why is all this happening now? Halftime show? Since when? Has this been a thing? Have I been out of the loop? Dude, the fireworks are insane. I mean, it looks like the venue has just been taken over by aliens in a bad way. Wow, that's a lot of... All right, we just went to commercial. Okay. Wow. All right, so I didn't know that we were going to just stop the game for a bunch of fireworks and some kids on some bikes and a VHS copy of Ray Charles playing on the Jumbotron. Folks, Sal Stewart will take over for Max Muncy at third base for the National League, while Matt Olson is into the game for Freddie Freeman at first. Corbin Carroll takes over for Juan Soto in left. And folks, I got to tell you, you want to know why the National League is way the hell more talented than the American League right now, even though the American League is winning this game. Just look at the reserves compared to the American League. We're bringing in Cedar Rafaela, Dylan Dingler, Miguel Vargas. I mean, nothing against these dudes, but compare that to guys like Corbin Carroll, Matt Olson, William Contreras. They've got some other good reserves yet to show up. They just got a deeper talent pool in the National League, if you ask me. In fact, did you know that there are as many teams with at least 50 wins in the NL Central alone than there are in the entire American League? NL Central has 5 teams, like every division. 4 of them have 50 wins already or more. The entire American League only has 4 50-game winners. What up with that, folks? To no surprise, the field is covered in a layer of smoke from all the fireworks as we get started here. Strike one on Yandy Diaz, who's up to hit for Yordan Alvarez, pinch hitting in the DH spot. And it's only the start of the top of the 5th. And this is the backup DH. I just feel like Yordan deserves 3 at-bats, and then Diaz probably still gets 2. But pinch hitting to lead off the 5th, it's more likely Diaz will get 3 at-bats, while Alvarez only gets the 2. Swing and a miss on an 0-2 pitch. Pitcher on the mound, by the way, is Griffin from the Nats. Foster Griffin. This guy shut the Orioles down in the last series we saw the Nationals. 10-2 record. And the 3rd best whip in the National League at just 1.02. Sub-3 ERA. Fantastic numbers. And a first pitch strike to here's the backup catcher. We could be watching Adley Rutschman right now, but no, it's Dylan Dingler. And Dingler fouls off the 0-1. It's 0-2. Dylan Dingler. He was great in Boogie Nights. Pitch low, 1 ball, 2 strikes. I particularly liked the Buddy Cop series he did with his partner Chest Rockwell. There's a breaking ball in the dirt. The count even up at 2-2. Next pitch, swung on and missed. Griffin strikes out Dingler. Down goes Dirk Diggler, folks. Betamax. Was that a Betamax? Ray Charles footage. Folks, here is Miguel Vargas. He came into the game after Caminero got hit on the hand. X-rays negative according to Phantom. How much can we trust his reporting? Pretty good. This ball's hit well in the right center field and deep. Andy Pajes, though, is going to run it down. Nice show of range in the outfield there by Pajes. Perfect route, and he made a basket catch on the run to end the inning. Folks, since the top of the first, it's been all pitching here at the All-Star game, and this game is now halfway over. In the National League, the home team here has 1 hit on the board. Bottom of the 5th coming up, 3-0 American League. Folks, hit that like button, please, as we try to get up to 100 here tonight. We're 13 away. Man, the view count has been very low. I am not catching anybody. I must be way down. If you look up like live MLB All-Star Game live, I must be like the 40th listing. I'm not asking you guys to try it, and you're not in a position to really give me a accurate feedback anyway, because if you're regularly on my channel, naturally I'm going to be pushed closer to the top of a search because you're already connected to me. But I'm talking about randos out there that might have been looking for coverage on this. They are definitely not finding me. That is a bit of a letdown. Folks, what can you do? What can you do? What can you do? New pitcher on for the American League in the bottom of the fifth. It's right-hander Nick Martinez of the Rays. What are you doing up there, Kittredge? 3-0 American League. It's Ozzie Albies at the plate for the National League. And a pitch high. 1-0 to Albies. He's 0 for 1. As is pretty much the entire National League lineup. They've got one hit. Swing and a miss. It's 1-1 on Albies. Folks, we're 10 likes from 100. Despite having apparently less than 50 people here. I don't know how this even happened. Here's a ground ball to first. And Contreras will call off the pitcher, take it to the bag himself to get the out. 1 away. Folks, tomorrow, I'll probably be asleep. Well, I might be awake for at least the second half. England versus Argentina. And guess what? Our buddy says he's going to call that game. I think he's lying. Swing and a miss by Brandon Marsh. It's his second plate appearance. Struck out first time up. Philly outfielder Brandon Marsh. That one's letter high. 1-1. Eight likes from a hundo. That one's above the belt for ball 2. Marsh is the first Philly outfielder to start an All-Star game since 2009, and that was Shane Victorino. And I think I also saw Raul Ibanez's name there. It might have been a couple of guys, but yeah, 2009. 17 years for a Philly outfielder. You get 3 of them. There's 15 teams. You'd think you would have had one since then. Folks, it's 3-2 on Marsh. 1 out, nobody on in the bottom of the fifth. Nick Martinez rocks and deals and a foul ball. Andy Pajes is waiting on deck. Swing and a miss. Marsh strikes out. Martinez with the K. 15 at-bats by National League hitters tonight. 9 of the 15 have struck out. My goodness. All right. How do I get rid of... Wait, I got rid of... Hold on. I see. I just pushed this camera back a little bit. Let me just push it forward a little. I'm like, I had Kittredge up there. How did it make me smaller? Pajes, first pitch is a ground ball up the middle. Backhanded nicely by Clement. Look at that throw. A beauty. Ernie Clement with the defensive play of the game. Deep in the hole for second. Pretty much past the second base bag. And a throw off the back foot, while twisting his body toward first, gets a strong enough throw over there for the final out. Put a star next to that one, folks. Ernie Clement. I hate to admit it, but damn it, he's good. He's a good player that you can just tell is never going to be a star. He's never going to be, he's not going to have a sponsor selling you product on a commercial or anything. Good player, though. Where are we at? 6th inning? Coming up? 3-0 American League. It's been kind of boring, to be honest. Messi versus Kane. Yes. Harry Kane. Sir Harold Kane. Folks, of course, Harry Kane coming up through and playing the majority of his career, at least at this stage, with my personal club, Tottenham, out of North London. It was a pleasure to watch the emergence of Harry Kane. I remember while I was a writer at NBC Sports in those early years, Kane was just coming onto the scene. And the head writer at the time, who was kind of my direct superior, he was an Arsenal fan. If you know anything about the Premier League, Arsenal and Tottenham are about as friendly with each other as the Yankees and the Red Sox. And I do remember him saying that he just, as Harry Kane early in his career, still only maybe 19, 20, was putting up a 20-goal season. And that dude said he was writing it off as a fluke. This guy was not going to be a top-notch striker in the Premier League or any of the top leagues. He's a flash in the pan, you know, this and that. And Harry Kane has done what, folks? Sorry for the 3% of the audience that's into global football, but yeah, who's laughing now, pal? Harry Kane, legend. We have, I don't know, is Motown Philly back again? I don't know. I just realized there's another thing going on. What do we got here? Cancer. Cancer stinks. I just want to let everybody know that. Folks. Oh, is that Boyz II Men? Oh, no. I'll be there. That's like Jackson 5. What am I talking about? Is that Tito and Jermaine? Folks, it's another thing happening in the middle of a ball game. And, yeah. Don't really know what to do. It's kind of sitting here. Folks, we're 6 likes away from 100. And yes, cancer is bad, okay? All right, they've gone to commercial. It is Boyz II Men? I thought I only saw 3 of them. So then I was like, wait a minute. Are we doing Motown Philly with ABC or BBD? Bell, Biv DeVoe. Now you know. Yo, Slick, blow. It's driving me out of my mind. That girl is hard for me to find. Can't get it out of my head. Miss her, kiss her, love her. Wrong move, you did. That girl is poison. 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 Never trust a big butt and a smile. That girl is poison. 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 Hey, how you doing, folks? Anybody mind if I go back to being 12 years old again? This makes for a good, what do you call it? Unplugged drumstick. Got a good snare feel to it. Hey, folks. There were 3 Boyz II Men. Oh, maybe one graduated from man. Maybe they should rebrand it. Men to geriatric men. Does that sound good? Bell Biv, but no DeVoe? Well, now you know. Folks, can we see a baseball pitch? I'm sitting here for 10 minutes just trying to fill dead air. This is supposed to be a break and a chill call a game thing. Let's not stretch this shit out. Let's go. All right, here we go. 4 likes from 100. Do I hear 4? Do I hear 3? All right, where are we? It's 3-0 American League on a 2-run single by Bellinger and a RBI knock by Ben Rice. No, Ben Rice had the 2-run hit. No, I was right the first time. I'll shut up. Is that Dingler again? Who's up? Oh, it's McGonigal. Another Tiger into the ball game. While let's try to figure out which Oriole or which team other than the Orioles has not gotten into the game yet, as there have been more changes. It's a strike. It's Raziel Iglesias, the Angel or the Braves reliever. Oh, it's going to get messy here. Here's a ground ball to second base, and McGonigal is retired. 1 down. All right, so Rafaela in center for Trout. This is the American League. Rafaela in center for Trout. Yandy Diaz DHs for Alvarez. Dingler at catcher for Langoliers. Vargas at third for Caminero. McGonigal at short for Witt Jr. Cody Bellinger comes up for the 3rd time. He has not been replaced. Everybody else got a couple of at-bats. He's getting his 3rd. And Bellinger lifts one to left field and deep. Caught on the run out there by Corbin Carroll on the track. A backhanded over-the-shoulder catch. And he shows off that speed and range. Corbin Carroll, 2nd out, top of the 6th. It's also Contreras. We already saw that in for Rice at first. Randy Arozarena is in at left field for Riley Green. The only other starter for the American League in there is Ernie Clement. And why not after that defensive gem before? Here is Wilson Contreras, the Red Sox first baseman. He takes a 1-0 pitch, or an 0-1 pitch, inside for ball 1. I'm sorry, folks. It's going to get tough. There are National League changes to go over as well. As a swing and a miss makes it 1-2 to Contreras. So in the National League, Schwarber still DHing. Carroll replaced Soto. Olsen at first for Freeman. Otto Lopez now in the game at shortstop for C.J. Abrams. Count now 2-2 on Contreras. Stewart at third for Muncy. Luis Arise now in the game. Still yet to get an at-bat, but he's at second base for Ozzie Albies. Same goes for James Wood, who's playing right field for Brandon Marsh. Ground ball base hit to an open right side of the infield for Wilson Contreras. A 2-out single for the American League. Pete Crow Armstrong is in the ballgame in center field. Andy Pajes out of it. And again, William Contreras catching for Drake Baldwin. That happened an inning ago. That's all the changes. And again, name me a team other than the Orioles that is yet to be represented in this ballgame. Let's see if you can figure it out as the Orioles get the shaft. I mean, it's basically, let's see, 3, 6, that's 11, and then just, that's about 18. It's about, there's been about 47 players in this game. and none of them are Orioles. Fouled away by Arozarena. 1-2 the count with 2 down. They would do this. We're 2 likes from 100, folks. Deuce. Here's a ball rolled over to short. Underhand flip to second for a force play. That's the 3rd out. The inning is over. It's a scoreless inning for Raziel Iglesias. Sanchez gave up those 3 runs in the first for the National League. It's been nothing but scoreless work from their pitchers since. 5 scoreless. 1 from Eduardo Rodriguez, 1 from Riley O'Brien, 1 from Jesus Luzardo, Foster Griffin, and now Raziel Iglesias. We go to the bottom of the 6th, 3-0 American League. And Cade Smith from the Guardians is going to come on the pitch. The newest arm, and still waiting for an Oriole. Another new name in. Folks, we're trying to play a little bit of trivia here. Name a team who hasn't had a player. Oh, Tristan Peters is now in the game in right field for Cody Bellinger. So Bellinger's out. Peters from the White Sox is in. And Ernie Clement. Remember I said he was still hanging around? Well, not anymore. Clement is out. Travis Bazzana is into the ball game. And now they're just being assholes, aren't they? Mariners? No, you just saw Arozarena at the plate. So that's not going to be the right answer. Folks, name a team that's yet to be represented other than us. As I stare at 50 players in the ball game, and we don't have one. The Rockies might be right, Michael. The Rockies might be right. Who's their rep? I think you're right. I don't see a Rocky. So that's basically it. We're the Rockies of the American League. Is that what you mean to tell me? Go screw. Hunter Goodman. Okay, which is another backup catcher. That's so screwed up. Again, so who's the second catcher? They brought in Contreras from the Brewers. The Brewers have other representation. They have to. They got one of the best records in baseball. So if you're the Rockies or the Orioles, you're like, get our guy in sooner. So that everybody, you're going to make 2 fan bases wait extra long to see one at bat. Ugh. Annoying. Folks, we're underway. Cranky BW here, folks. Nice to meet you. William Contreras has a count of 0-2 with Cade Smith, a righty reliever for the Guardians. Next pitch popped up. Should be playable. Shallow right. Caught out there by Tristan Peters. Here comes Bryce Harper. Another newly introduced player. He's going to hit for Schwarber. One Philly in for another as Bryce gets a big round of applause from the home stadium. I'm just saying, bring in, like, with Dingler. Wait for Dingler to be the last guy because you got other Tigers out there representing. Bring in Rutschman first. And then the same for Goodman. Bring him in before Contreras because you got another Brewer out there somewhere, don't they? Swing and a miss. I better identify who that Brewer is. 1-1 the count on Harper. Maybe I'm wrong. Did they have a pitcher? Now, that would be the ultimate WTF. I'm not seeing a whole lot of Brewer representation for a team that's like 20-something games over 500, playing in a division with 450-win teams. Hey, we got an ABS challenge from Bryce Harper, and he gives the ump a big smile about it. So there are ABS challenges, and Harper is wrong. The called strike will hold up on him. It's a 2-2 count on Harper. So there are challenges in the All-Star game. Is that a historic first? Harper just struck out. Oh, Mizorowski, but he's not available. Well, you know what? That's pretty messed up too then. I mean, Contreras does get in, but that means the only other catcher, Goodman, is going to get the Rutschman. Brewers are fading? I'd love to be fading like they are. What? Corbin Carroll has an 0-1 count. Carroll. 252 on the season. He fouls this one back. Folks, if you're fading with a .615 win percentage, 22 games over 500, 59 wins, which only the Dodgers have more. They're 5-5 in their last 10. That's a bad run for them to go 500 for 10 games. If that's fading, I'd love to be fading. What do you mean, and more to come? What do you know? Based off of what? Smith with a strikeout, the inning is over. Dude, don't discount the Pirates. They have the second best record in baseball. Yeah, they come in with a streak. No, I won't talk to you. I won't be talking to you then. I'm busy. Folks, what are you, the Oracle of baseball? Nice to meet you. I'm so honored. Great. It's nice to meet somebody who knows the outcome of everything already. Tell me, when do the Orioles win the World Series? That way I can not waste my time calling games until they're good. Just tell me the exact date. When are the Orioles winning the World Series again? And I'll just take a vacation until then. Folks, we go to the top of the 7th inning. It's still 3-0 American League. Talk to you in October. Since when are you a Brewers fan? What do you mean a fan? I'm just giving them credit for being a better team than you're saying they are. More to come. From where based on what? I mean, I'm just kind of making fun of you for coming off like you have this crystal ball in front of you that's telling you results that have yet to happen. I mean, if there's something that's an indicator that they're about to collapse, I'll be all ears. What's happening to the Brewers? Otherwise, like I said, they got the second best record in baseball. What are you talking about? I'm glad you like the channel. Fantastic. By the way, we just reached 100 likes. Thanks, everybody.
And I want to thank you very much for that. I really do.
A little sunshine poking through over here. Folks, don't worry about me. It's the All-Star break. I just want to see one Oriole get in this game. 3-0. And it's already the 7th inning. 1 hit for the National League. Dingler's had 1 at bat already. So it's got to be Rutschman's at bat, right? Next time up. New pitcher on for the National League, Justin Robleski, a lefty with a 10-2 record, a 2.69 ERA, and a whip of 1.02. Those are outstanding numbers for a guy that going into the season nobody was talking about. Yo, is it me or has this commercial been on for 5 hours? All right, here we go. Here's a swing and a miss by Travis Bazzana. "15 starts for Robleski on the Dodgers. I don't think he started the season in the rotation. 0-1 pitch is a strike. All right, well, if they're going to use Rutschman at the end of the game, maybe he'll have some kind of important role in something. Check swing, pitch in the dirt. He went around. Home plate umpire rings up Bazzana, 1 away in the top of the 7th. Robleski looks like he's pretty good. Where they find this guy? Where the Dodgers find this guy? I mean, it's one thing to talk about, well, they got a crazy payroll and they still go out and get Kyle Tucker for a team already loaded with $35 million a year guys or more. They just go and grab another like it's nothing. But then, who's this Robleski guy? Hey, Chris. Cedar Rafaela's at the plate, and he just struck out on 3 pitches. Wow. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Back-to-back strikeouts from Robleski. Who is this dude? We played the Dodgers this season already, right? I don't remember facing him. Curveball for a strike. Well, it happens to be his birthday today. Oh and 1 the count on Yandy Diaz. Make it now 1 ball, 1 strike. Next pitch swung on and missed, 1-2. Robleski is 1 strike from striking out the side in order, fouled away. You have him in fantasy. 11th round draft pick in 2021. He just struck out the side in order. Yandy Diaz chasing one up and away. This guy, very impressive. We did play the Dodgers already, Phantom, or anybody? I don't remember seeing him, thankfully. And that's the series we won, right? We took 2 out of 3 with a chance actually to sweep at Chavez Ravine. But we didn't see this guy. Oh, he had some time last year. Okay. Man. All right, we got a Miss America. Oh my goodness. Look at this. Nah, not this one. This one's. All right, we're pausing again for more stuff. I think I saw Chris only 1 or 2 non-start, like something like 15 starts, 17 appearances. So just a couple of relief appearances, mainly a starter. But I don't think he started the season in the rotation, but I guess, yeah, 16 starts. I mean, look at those numbers, Phantom. They're fantastic. And you just see what he did there? He just struck out the frickin' side like it was nothing against all-stars. Why can't we develop a pitcher like that? Once. Since Musina. Damn. Give me something. Okay, so there it is. Again, it's close enough. I'm not worried about, this isn't being preserved for any historical accuracy. It's close enough. Yeah. The point is he's good. And he wasn't some... Oh, publicly. Okay. I like to do that myself in private. I'm too embarrassed. I do have to admit my mistakes, though, when I'm calling the game. That sucks. But all my other mistakes in life, I keep that on the down low. Nobody needs to know. Hey, we got what do we got? I don't know. We got ourselves kind of a stinker here, folks. I gotta be honest. Looks like the home run derby was a little more exciting than the All-Star game this year. $73? What's 73? Eight homers. Yeah, the numbers, they showed the whole line there when I introduced them. That's why I sat there and went like, well, damn, where the hell did he come from? Oh, strikeouts. Oh, I read it as just so. 73, so, And I'm like, so what? Sorry. I might need a lucky to get me over the hump here. Sorry. Folks, I'm just happy the odometer rolled over. We'll just call it 5,300 at the All-Star break. We got a couple in here tonight to get that rollover. We got to 100 likes. Anything else? Who cares? Just give me one Adley at bat and let's call it a night. Here we go. It's Matt Olson at the plate. First pitch by Rasmussen is high. I'm sorry, that was the second pitch. Apparently, they cut back late on the first pitch. So it's 2-0 now on Matt Olson and a foul ball, 2-1. Drew Rasmussen. There's an arm developed nicely by Tampa. How many of those have they done over the years? Give me a GM that knows how to develop arms. We'll find bats. It's not easy to find good arms. Some teams, they got the guys and they seem to hoard all those pitchers. Whether it was like the Braves back in the day. There's a few teams out there right now that just seem to have to jump on good pitch. I mean, even the Pirates. It's not just Paul Skeens with a #1 overall pick. They're finding some other flamethrowers out there. Here's a pop-up to left field. It's going to be caught by Arozarena. There's the first out here. Sorry, folks. I'm just frustrated. I want stud pitching. We got some decent arms in our rotation. You give me that one stud, though, at the top. And then we got something. Otto Lopez at the plate. Marlins representative coming in with a .334 batting average. That is best in baseball. Swing and a miss on a nice cutter there by Rasmussen, 0-2. Now, the MLB All-Star Game is the reason why there's All-Star Games in all sports. We poured that concrete. This is the perfect sport for All-Star Games. Pitch is high, 2-2. The Pro Bowl has never been watchable, ever. Ever. I remember one Pro Bowl highlight, and that was, I think, here's a foul ball. Was that when, I don't want to forget his name. Safety for Washington, Sean Taylor. Sean Taylor taking out some punter right near the sidelines on a punt, on like a punt return. Or I guess it was the punt returner he took out. I don't know, but he just absolutely laid this guy out. Here's a strike 3, swing and a miss. Lopez strikes out. It is 2 down now. Oh, Phantom's now talking about the one play. Yeah, there's your one play. You just repeated it. If that's it. If you got to sit through, I don't know, 40 years of Pro Bowls to see one exciting tackle, I don't know if that justifies the other 9,000 hours of football. There's a pitch outside. It's Sal Stewart up. The Reds' third baseman with a 3-0 count. And a pitch right down the middle to get back into the count. 3-1 on Stewart. How many luckies have I had, folks? Have I had 2 already? Be honest with me. Trying to maintain a pace. Trying to ration. It's 3-2 on Sal Stewart. That's ball 4. That one missed low and away. 2-out walk to the Reds. Stewart. Yeah, I've never. What's weird is that Sean Taylor tackle. I do feel like I saw that live instead of just like a replay, but I might be wrong. But I've only attempted to actually sit and watch a Pro Bowl game a handful of times. They're just boring as hell. And you can understand why. It's a sport that needs a certain level of, hitting, contact, hard, injury, making contact, and they have to basically play soft. It's just not fun to watch. I don't know. The hockey one can be fun, but when it's like a score of like 15-12, it just kind of feels silly. And the NBA is even worse when it comes to all offense and no defense. It's just, I might as well watch a game of horse at that point. What am I doing? I'm in the wrong place. I just saw a typo I need to fix. Folks, forgive me. I'm kind of petering out here. Again, next game on the channel, Friday night. We're going to be in Houston taking on the Astros. Coverage will start at 7:50 p.m. Eastern. They have not announced the starters yet for the for anything coming out of the break. I'm sure we'll get some updates with that in the coming couple of days. Thursday off day still, tomorrow and Thursday. We might find out something tomorrow, but definitely by Thursday. In terms of what the order is going to be, if they're going to mix things up a little bit for the Oriole rotation. All right, for the Oriole fans here, let's do some interactive stuff. If you were the manager, and given the fact that we basically had a week off and you had your pick of the litter, so to speak, if you wanted to build your 1 through 5 rotation from the current Oriole crop of starters, tell me the order you're coming out of the break with. 1 through 5. Who is your 1 through 5 starters in the Oriole rotation? If you had it your way, you're not trying to guess it. You're just giving me your order. Let's see if we get at least a couple of people to participate in this little experiment. Folks, we're back underway. It's Luis Arraez at the plate representing the Giants. Jacob Latz, the lefty reliever from the Rangers, on the pitch for the American League. And a 1-1 pitch is swung on and missed. 1-2 on Arraez. Arraez continues to put up old school batting averages. He's hitting .330, right behind Otto Lopez. He pops this up. Still 1-2, foul ball. All right, we got our first entry. Bradish, Young, Rogers, Boz, Kramer. Bradish is the 1. Rogers down to a 3. Okay. Michael, you got to give me the full. Pitch outside from Latz. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Come on. We got MG to participate. I want a couple of other opinions here. 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss. He got Arraez, a great contact hitter. Maybe the best contact hitter in the day and the game today. By the way, Rutschman was behind the plate in this inning on defense. So Adley is in the game to finish it out. And he was on the mound there. Or he was on the mound. He was behind the plate there for that strike 3 from Latz to end the inning. So Rasmussen got the first 2 outs. Latz gets the final out. Rutschman in the game. We're going into the 8th inning, and Adley is due up 3rd. Yay! Folks, the moment you've been waiting for. Rutschman will be due up 3rd in the next inning.
Let the clutch out gently, okay?
Are you ready? Young, Boz, Kramer to finish. What? Bradish and Rogers at the top? Bradish, Rogers, Young, Kramer, Boz. Wow, we got our first non-number 5 for Kramer. Hello, Charm City, Tony. How the heck are ye? I need a lucky. I can't remember if I've had a second one or not, but I'm tired of trying to remember. The problem where this becomes a problem is with medications. I have the same approach. Did I take this already? I can't remember. Or how many days have I not taken this one? Oh, I forgot. I'm all over the place. Folks, I am an isolated, solitude, loner type of a guy. And I take lousy care of myself. Lousy. Ooh, we've got some reactions to Backrooms out now. Oh, I'm going to be watching those after the game here. Backrooms. Really enjoyed that. Looking forward to the next project by the young filmmaker Kane Parsons. Adley Homer coming up? Let's hope so. Folks, let the clutch out.
Let the clutch out gently, okay?
Do you have any bird watchers here right now? I don't see a single bird watch. Oh, I do. MG. Hey, MG, you've got a bird watcher magic membership. Throw out some special emojis here. Adley's coming up in the inning. I don't know what we could... Throw out an here you go. Oriole bird emoji. You know? There you go. It's time, folks. This is what we need. Just a steady stream of these. Maybe some Old Bay seasoning. Right? Let's go. Oh, it's Rutschman at the plate right now. Folks, and first pitch is a strike. I swear they must have moved things around. ESPN was showing me Rutschman due up third. He's up now. And don't go to a split screen so you can talk to Pete Crow Armstrong. It's Rutschman's at bat. Put the damn camera on Adley. 1-1 pitch. Fouled away 1-2. I can't believe it. It's our only plate appearance. And they're going to talk to Pete Crow Armstrong. I knew this would happen. Come on, Adley. Give us something. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's a chopper to short. Lopez will throw out Adley, and there you go. There's your Oriole magic for the night. What did you think, folks? Damn it. You want to talk about underwhelming? Pete Crow Rutschman grounds out to short. Here's Miguel Vargas. What a perfectly timed event to talk to a player on the field. The second the only Oriole gets into the ballgame. Vargas lifts one to left, down to, and that ball is going to go to the second deck. Miguel Vargas blasts off of Robleski. A solo shot makes it 4-0 American League. The Chicago White Sox representing 433 feet to left. 107 off the bat for Vargas. 4-0. Oh, yeah, that ball. He got every stitch. That was not a good pitch. Robleski continues to pitch. And with one out, nobody on. Kevin McGonigal up for the second time, fouls off the first pitch. McGonigal, the Tiger shortstop. Fouled away 0-2. Man, I think even the 88 Orioles had more activity in that All-Star game than we got in this one. Who knows? Maybe the American League will bat around. About the only thing I got to root for now. Let's bat around. Folks. Pitch is fouled away. Still 1-2 to McGonigal. 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 Sorry, folks. Things have gotten that bad. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss on a pitch in the dirt. Catcher will have to throw to first to complete the strikeout. 2 down here in the top of the 8th. 4-0 American League. Is there still only 1 hit for the National League? Wow, there is. Wow, 1 hit for the National League. Anybody remember who? It was Juan frickin' Soto. McGonigal. Do. McGonigal. Sorry. Here's Tristan Peters. On an 0-1 pitch, he fouls it behind the plate. 0-2 the count. 2 down, nobody on in the top of the 8th. 4-0 American League. They got their 4th run here in the inning from a solo home run by Miguel Vargas. There's a called strike 3, inning over. And nope, we're going to get a challenge. Inning not quite over. Looked like it hit the corner to me. And oh, it did just catch the edge. Top shelf. Strike 3, inning over. Bottom of the 8th coming up. Now 4-0 American League. The National League have 1 stinking hit. And it belongs to Juan frickin' Soto. A single. That's it. There have been 2 walks issued to the National League, one by the starter Dylan Cease and one by Drew Rasmussen. So 3 base runners in total. National League. So, yeah, it's interesting. National League seems like the better league in terms of teams from top to bottom, but maybe when it comes strictly to pitching, maybe the American League has the advantage. 1 hit. Folks, I'm feeling a little bit of that lower back strain. Give me a sec to stretch it out. 1 moment, please.
He met a strange friend in the Chesapeake Bay when Monday the Monster...
Where you from?
Baltimore.
What?
Baltimore.
Baltimore? What's that?
Look, it doesn't really matter, all right?
Baltimore? What's that? I wonder if Adley's just going to hop on a something and just head right back down to Baltimore. Or even better yet, I mean, we've got till Friday night. Go back to wherever his family is right after the ball game. Was it worth the red carpet, Adley? He spent more time on the red carpet than he did in the ball game. Ugh. Folks, Louis Varland is on, and boy, this guy, nobody's hit this guy from the Blue Jays. James Wood's going to try. First pitch is up and away, 100 miles an hour on a sinker from Varland. Wood leads the National League with an OPS of 984. Strike right down the middle, 1-1. Next pitch. Hammered foul. Strike 2. I forgot to check. Is that brat kid still sitting in the first row? He is. Look how bored he is. He's resting his head on his chin on his fist like this. This kid's sitting here in the first row of an all-star game looking like this. Yeah. Whatever. This is lame. So lame. Look how sunken in his chair he is. Look how sunken in his chair he is. That's how I would sit, again, like in the waiting room of a dentist office. There's a called strike 3. James Wood strikes out. 1 down in the bottom of the 8th. Now I just got to keep an eye on this brat. I'm incensed. With his polo shirt. Here's Pete Crow Armstrong swinging a miss. Interesting seat over there. Look at that kid. Look at him. He is bored out of his mind. Base hit by Pete Crow Armstrong into center field. A 1-out single. Did that get you interested, kid? I don't remember being that bored by just about anything other than, I don't know. I was forced to watch my mom's soap operas. Those daytime soap operas in the summer. Ugh. The worst. That's probably how I looked for that. There's a liner right to shortstop, caught by McGonigal for out number 2. Who was that just then? That was Hunter Goodman getting his first. Wow. So the Rockies representative, Hunter Goodman, 1 pitch. He was barely on the screen. He lines out, and he's done. Here's Ivan Herrera. Pinch hitting for Bryce Harper. Probably the last batter to get into the ball game here for the National League. Cardinals, Ivan Herrera. With 2 down in the bottom of the 8th, a runner at first base. Josh Walker would be next. Varland. First pitch to Herrera, outside, ball 1. This ball's hit to third. They go to second, and they get the force there, barely. Pete Crow Armstrong right on top of the bag. But it is the 3rd out. Folks, we are heading to the 9th inning in what has been probably the most boring All-Star game I've ever watched. I got to be honest. I picked a hell of a game to call. Low turnout. Vibes in the chat are basically non-existent. No offense. I was hoping maybe I'd hit pay dirt and grab some new people and some folks that maybe don't turn to this channel because it's for the Orioles. Thought maybe, this would be good. Back to the drawing board. Can't handle the heat. Dude, why do you have to type in all caps? Like, really? I can still read. Dude, there's nothing normal about your stalking, bro. And you're going to type as much as you can, as fast as you can, because you're in a damn hurry to spit as much out as you can on this latest account that is now useless on my channel. But thanks for being here. There was more, but I didn't have a chance to read it. But, yeah, normal. If that's your idea of normal, okay, I guess we'll have to agree to disagree on what normal is. Folks, our buddy, 9th inning coming up. Vargas is due up first? No, he just homered. Who we haven't seen come up to hit yet is Munetaka Murakami. I think he's coming up along with Arozarena and Bazana. I could be wrong. We'll see. Yeah, he's got to tell me how I feel. He knows. It's normal, right? It's normal. Folks. Yeah, Book Doc, I kind of have to side with Froggy on this one. You're saying no one answers your comments. The previous comment reads, flounder eyes traverse their skull as the get bar mitzvahed. I have no idea what that means, dude. What should I respond with to that comment? I don't know what it means, dude. Mason Miller on the mound for the National League, and Murakami is getting his at-bat. First baseman from the White Sox with 20 homers at the break. It's 0-2 on him, and pitch high 1-2. So Mason Miller trying to keep it a 4-0 game and take it to the bottom of the ninth. National League, though, have not done anything at the plate. Down 4. Swing and a miss. Down goes Murakami. Well, they managed to get everybody into the ball game. Here comes Dave Roberts now, so that's it for Miller. He comes in to punch out one guy, and that's it. My goodness. I'm starting to think they need to shrink up these all-star rosters by about 3 or 4 guys. Because, I mean, I like to have... I'm all about representing the teams, but, I mean, there's 30 teams, right? This is ridiculous. I mean, it just becomes just a carousel of new players every bat. I like to have a little continuity in here. Let me see if I can count these up. 4, 6, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 21. There have been 41 position players and 18 pitchers. That's 59. That's 59 players used so far in the ball game. 59 players. So there's got to be an even number. So I'm assuming at least 60 players between these two rosters. That's an average of 2 reps per team. That's too much. You can easily build a roster with a 25-man roster instead of a 30-man roster, where you still represent every team and still have the good teams repping with 2, 3, maybe 4 guys. I don't like this. It's like a watered-down version of the All-Star game. Duran is going to come in for Miller. Miller threw 4 pitches. Thanks for your one batter. And that's what I mean. Like, you see Mason Miller come into the ball game, you want to watch the guy pitch an inning, perhaps strike out the side. I mean, you bring him in to face one guy, he's done. It seems silly. It seems silly, like, to even show up, throw 4 pitches, and leave. All right, we're back underway. So, sorry, folks. Old man yelling at cloud. We'll get back to the game. Yohan Duran has saved 24 out of 25 games on the season. Well, he just gave up a ground ball single here to Randy Arozarena. Yeah, so Book Doc again. Might need a little bit of clarity on what was it? Flounder eyes traverse their skull as the get bar mitzvahed. Is that the Da Vinci Code? How do I uncrack it or crack it? Or here's a ground ball. Could be 2. They go to second, get 1 there. That's all they'll get. It's a fielder's choice for Bazana. Back to the top of the order for Cedar Rafaela, and we are 2 batters now away from Adley Rutschman getting a second at bat, but there's 2 down in the 9th. Here's a ground ball, and that should end the inning. No second at bat for Rutschman, folks. Rafaela grounds out on 1 pitch to second. We go to the bottom of the 9th. American League has kept the National League to just 2 hits. They have shut them out 4-0. National League coming up in the bottom of the 9th. This game has been awful. There's not going to be a post-game nothing with this. This has been a disaster. An unmitigated disaster. Okay? My goodness. I could have taken a legit vacation, like left town with like 4 days. I'm like, nah, I got to call the All-Star. I gotta call the All-Star game. Gotta. What do I know? We hit 100 likes. Yay. No, everybody that's here, I don't want to sound, the last people I should be sounding frustrated with are the ones that are here. Think of us, BW. You ungrateful prick. Okay, you're right. Thanks, everybody, for being here. I might be a prick, but I'm not ungrateful. Folks, come on. This game really has sucked. Because not only has there only been like one inning, and it was the very first inning, but the two players that drove in the runs were both Yankees. So I couldn't even, sit there and applaud that. Game stinks. Thanks, BW, for giving us a play-by-play of this All-Star game. You are welcome, Sports in Games. Bottom of the ninth inning. All-Star game, more like All-Star lame. Am I right? Folks. It's Aroldis Chapman coming in. It's a non-save situation, but it's the All-Star game. It's pretty much a save for the veteran lefty Chapman, facing Jordan Walker, leading off for the National League. Cardinals outfielder, swing and a miss by Walker on a splitter. 0-1. Walker, 74 runs batted in, leads baseball. So somebody does have more RBI than Yordan Alvarez. He also won the home run derby last night in very dramatic fashion. The budding star that is Jordan Walker, a count of a ball and a strike. Pitch low and away from Chapman, 2-1. 83-79 prediction. Well, based on how the American League is playing this year, that would seem like it might get that final wild card spot. Swing and a miss. It's 2-2 to Chapman. Swing and a miss, and Chapman blows it past Walker. See you later.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
Y'all come back now, yeah? 2 more outs to go, and the American League are on the verge of shutting out the National League here in the All-Star game. Here's Matt Olson. Pops it up. Shallow. It's the shortstop McGonigal going out to make the catch in shallow center, 2 down. This All-Star game, honestly, stinks. I can't think of one that was, they're going to go to another arm. Brian Baker has yet to make an appearance. So the former Oriole. So, folks, the game is going to end somewhat in a cool way. Former Oriole Brian Baker and current Oriole Adley Rutschman is going to be the battery for the final out of the All-Star game. That's our contribution. And it's about to happen here in a minute. Baker coming out with 2 down in the 9th. Here we go. Classic Ranch. Real mayo.
Just get it all on there. Just spread it out.
Folks, let me go ahead and say thanks to the mods for hanging out here tonight in the Charm City chat, keeping things nice and charming. What's funny is this is by far the worst turnout of any event this season on the channel doing the All-Star game. But we also had a ton of bots pop in, which we never have to worry about during an Orioles game. Funny how that works, huh, folks? I think I just small fish that found its way in too big of a pond. I tried to throw my hat in the ring, probably up against who knows how many other channels calling this game. I'm in over my head. I'm out of my element. I got to stay in my lane. Just me and the Orioles. That's all I can do. Are bots considered views? I suppose just one view. They leave about 20 comments spammed in 2 seconds, but one view for those 20 comments with virtually no watch time. Folks, Brian Baker, first pitch strike. He's got 25 saves and 28 chances for the Rays. Second most saves. And he used to be on our team. Line drive to right. That's a base hit for Otto Lopez. National League. Down to their final out. Get a rare hit. Just their third hit of the night. A 2-out single. They need 2 more base runners to make this interesting. Again, it's Adley Rutschman laying out signs behind the plate. First pitch, top of the zone. A slider hits the outer corner. 0-1 on Sal Stewart up. Sal Stewart walked in his other plate appearance. Oh, a terrible swing here. A pitch in the dirt. It's 0-2. National League's down to their final strike. So again, thanks to the mods and everybody else for helping out and hanging out here on the game tonight. I'll be back on Friday night. Here's a chopper back to Baker. He will throw to first in time, and that completes a shutout and an embrace between Adley Rutschman and Brian Baker on the mound. There's the moment. There's the moment. If you're an Oriole fan, it took the very end of the game to get it. But nice to see a reunion between Baker and Adley as they work the final inning together. Final out, anyway. And this ball game's over. 4-0 the final. American League over the National League. 3 of the 4 runs scoring in the first inning. And again, the National League, only a few hits, no extra base hits. If you came to the ballpark to watch your Phillies or root on the National League here tonight, you did not see much in terms of highlights. That is for sure. Miguel Vargas hit a home run for the White Sox, 433 feet to left. That was the 4th run of the ball game. And, yeah, really good pitching. Does it have to be said? Dylan Cease, Parker Messick, Michael Wacha, Joe Ryan, Nick Martinez, Cade Smith, Drew Rasmussen, Jacob Latz, Louis Varland, Aroldis Chapman, and Brian Baker combined to go 9 scoreless, with Cease striking out the side in the first. How many total strikeouts? Let's see. 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 15 strikeouts of the 27 outs. Absolutely dominant, the American League pitching. All right, folks, that's going to wrap it up. There's nowhere to send you. There ain't nothing happening. We're in the middle of the All-Star break. I hope you enjoy the rest of the break, and we'll resume the other half of the season here. It's more than half. We got 65 games left to go and business to take care of, starting in Houston on Friday night, 7:50 p.m. Eastern, get over here. Don't be any later than 8 o'clock, and then you won't miss the first pitch, okay? But that's going to do it for me, folks. I appreciate it. Have a good rest of your week. See you Friday night. Until then, this has been the Birdwatcher, and I will chirp at you later. Final score, American League 4, National League Squadoosh. Take it easy, folks.